Here we go again. I mean, this is the truth show, and there's more. Oh, I'm not done yet. Oh, and there's more. Oh, I'm not done yet. I mean, this is the truth show. Oh, yes.
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Before we get started, I have some things we need to do, but welcome on this Saturday evening here. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hi, everyone. Finally, thanks so much for being patient. I really appreciate it. Oh, hi, Queen Sheba. Your name is Queen Sheba? Interesting. Is that a tarot channel? I mean, what kind of channel is that? I'm just curious. Just curious. I've been seeing quite a few names just similar like mine. Like there is another truth show out there that came out after mine. And he has more followers than me. I need to check and see if he's been taking some of my money as well. Who knows? That was really strange. Then there's someone who I just discovered the last time, I was going to say yesterday, the last time, where she actually had, and this is crazy, she actually had, her handle was Keisha Mac. That was the most craziest fucking thing. I'm thinking, okay, it's either the hacker is mocking me right now or being very arrogant and cocky. You know what I'm saying? It's so freaking crazy. So many other people with other channels and names such as mine. So crazy. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. If more people come on, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. I just want to say hello to all my truth seekers. First of all, this is going to be a really news-bearing, crazy. I have a lot of good tea. Now, please notate that the thumbnail is a little bit deceiving because we're talking about Ashanti and Nelly, but I didn't get the chance to put her and him up there, but we're talking about them as well. Just want to point that out. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Fantastic. Oh, yeah. So you're a fan of Queen Sheba? Oh, okay. That's good. Okay. So, first of all, we are going to talk about Donald Trump, that not so popular, big, stupid fucking bill. And then, because we need to understand here, we need to understand that the Democrats are likely working on a counter legislation bill. Okay. And we'll definitely chat about that too. We'll also chat about the trending topic I was planning to avoid, which is Ashanti and Nelly. You gotta understand, I was really not trying to talk about Ashanti and Nelly's story, because reason being is because I already had a feeling it was going to turn out the way it did. I mentioned that during one of my live shows, and I've always put it like this. I've always had this little, I don't know, bad feeling about Nelly. And I touched on his behavior and his past little demons and dirt in a couple videos I did about him. He is something else. We can also dive deep into that a little later. And looks like Jay-Z might have to take a drug test. I did see, I don't know if this is true. This is all alleged. I'll show you my alleged warnings in a minute. He may have to take a drug test for the young man who's saying that he's Jay-Z's first son. And another thing, have you all noticed how Diddy's fans seem to be acting a bit wild lately? I mean, wild, generally more than they have, before. It's almost as if they're possessed. You know what I'm saying? I feel that we're dealing with a whole new dimension of fans. And we're going to talk about that as well. Okay. So let's wrap things up right here. My intro up, and let me show you guys the warning. Please note that this is all alleged. I've never met any of these people. I've deeply researched all of my information. This is a trigger warning. In this video, I may be talking about or showing sensitive material about some subjects or topics that may be disturbing or upsetting, or may bring forth some troubling memories, as you read in the description or title. With that said, either end the video now or brace yourself. Aside from that, enjoy. You know what I mean? Oh, definitely. He got quite a few kids. Absolutely. Okay, I just want to, for my newcomers here, my new viewers here, welcome to The Truth Show. I'm Keisha. I have various platforms here. I have to say this a little bit again here. And make sure you guys share. And also, I do want to say this too. Okay? Everything, I have to say this again, everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged. I just need to say that. Okay. And please do not be discouraged by the amount of views, because it's not accurate. I think we already talked about that already. And just to let you know, for those who are just now tuning in and who have never tuned in, when I look to my left, your right, I'm looking at your comments and operating the software. When I look from my right to your left, I'm looking at the slideshow, the presentation that I'm showing you guys. And the camera, of course, is right there. And I might look over here as well. Okay, so just to know, I'm operating all this by myself. So if I don't look directly at the camera all the time, and I'm always looking at to my left, to your right, it's because I'm trying to read your comments, or I'm just looking at other things over there. Okay, and with that said, let's go ahead and get started here. Now, we're gonna first try to get you, my truth seekers, to understand the entire, why do my font always change? So effing annoying. I changed my font and it goes right back to what it was before. Just put it to where I want it to be. Freaking A. Ooh, yeah. That's better. Okay, anyway. Okay. Now, we're going to talk about a little bit more about this big stupid bill. Yes, it has passed. It has passed. And it has been told that the counterattack from Democrats is definitely pending. But before we get into that, we should talk about the ramifications and the details of this bill, because I try looking on various social platforms. No one seemed to know the deep in depth of this damn bill. How is it affecting us, or how it's going to affect us? Everyone seems to be, or seemingly to be, I don't know, just reading various posts on X or TikTok or Instagram, or rumors of whatever the bill may be. Well, by the end of this particular segment and this subject, I guarantee you would know a little bit more about this bill, because you know your girl went deep. Okay, you're gonna get more Keisha than Kiki. You get Kiki when I start talking about celeb gossip. So I don't know. Actually, she just sneaks in, so we'll just play it by ear. Now, before we get into that, we should talk about that big stupid bill. Now, here's what may have happened to this. You gotta understand here. This bill does not affect every state in America. It may affect predominantly the red states in America. So every state in America would not be affected by this bill. So if you are in a blue state, you probably are pretty good, especially if your federal court, Supreme Court judge is a Democrat, more than likely, or your governor is a Democrat, or whatever the case may be, more than likely you won't be affected by this bill. You on safe grounds here, okay? They more than likely won't even issue it or allow for it to take place in your particular state. California would not be affected by this bill, okay? However, there are other places around that will be affected, okay? Now, the first thing I should say, the tax changes income level, key changes affected, okay? We're going to talk about all of these topics, not probably all of them, but we're going to probably go deep. I'm going to try to stream through this very rapidly and fast, because it can take up most of my live hour, and I really do hate that. And I do have a life. It is Saturday. But just to let you guys know that we're going to pretty much dive deep into all the increments and details of this bill, the prominent ones that would definitely affect you. Huh? New York, no. New York is a blue state. Yeah, New York is a blue state. You guys are good. Yeah, New York is blue. Yeah, you're good. What did you say? You said I had a dream back in 2021 that a new pandemic would happen. Little did I know it would be right on my down. Wow. Christ, you got to explain that a little bit more later, girl. We're going to have to talk about that a little bit more later, okay? That's very interesting. Okay. So we're going to talk about the tax changes, the child and family provisions, Medicaid and SNAP cuts, clean energy rollbacks, defense and immigration, debt and deficit, impact on voter sentiment, strategic fallout, long-term implications. I'm not going to really talk too much about these things here, but I may touch on it, but I probably won't. But don't worry, my entire script of its entirety would definitely be on my blog with all of these topics in there. I'm just not going to talk about it. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, the key changes here. Okay. Let me just change this up here. Here we go. See, told you I got Pictorial. If y'all want to take a screenshot, there it is. You know, I got your back. I got your back. Now make sure you share. Now the tax changes, income level, key changes, effective date up to $50,000, 10% flat rates, increased standard deduction from $15,750 for single people, and then $31,500 for joint people. And then the child tax credit is raised to $2,500. So that is definitely going to take effect. So instead of it being, I believe, $2,000, I haven't had to claim any child because my daughter's not a kid anymore in my taxes in some time now. But yeah, it is increased to $2,500, or also known as $2,500. This takes effect next year. Okay, January 2026, $45,000 to $150,000. Tip deduction up to $25,000. Overtime, you're up to $25,000. Overtime deduction up to $160,000. Car loan interest deduction is up to $2,500. Yes, you heard that correctly. Car loan interest deduction is up to $2,500. So they're raising that interest rate. And then January 2026, $150,000 to $500,000. The SALT deduction raised to $40,000. Limit access to tip overtime exemptions. So that pretty much means that the tip limit, the overtime exemption, they kind of raise that a little bit more. So that's kind of a good thing. Kind of, maybe, depending on who you are. But anyway, and then we have from January 2026, we're down here, right? The state exemptions preserve 15 million single, 30 million single, 30 million joint, no tip overtime exemptions. So you notice the difference here. Like people who are making less money, okay, their deduction is only raised by $40,000. For people who make taxes. But look at the amount that you have to be in a bracket in order to get an increase on your tip and overtime exemptions to get it raised and get a nice little, refund back here. You have to be between of making a year $150,000 to $500,000 just to get a nice little chunk of you know what. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the problem. So if you're making a less than $150,000 a year, ladies and gentlemen, you will not be getting this huge tax break. Do you understand? So the tips and overtime that's in your paycheck, they're always having their deductions. Yeah. So don't be expecting this big break if you make less than $150,000, which is predominantly 60% of America. Okay, and then we have people who are making, big baller shot callers who's making like over $500,000 a freaking year. They get a huge tax deduction. Exemption from 15 million for single, ladies and gentlemen, to 30 million joint. You heard that correctly. So they get a huge tax break. Yeah. So he's basically giving more money to people who have money, and people who don't have money, you're just, ew, don't touch me. I need sanitizer. That's literally what he is. I need sanitizer. Ugh, you get nothing. Just peasants, go away. Kiki is starting to come up, but I'm going to let her go. Okay. Note, many of these benefits expire December 31st, 2028, when his term is over, if he makes it to that. Now, move right along from this butcher thing here. We're going to move on to child and family provisions. This is child tax credit raised to permanently $2,200 indexed to inflation. Just a second. Texting my husband. Okay. So $2,200. Hey, you guys have kids. Is there any parents parents who have minors? What was the tax deduction now? What is the tax deduction now for child tax credit? Is it $1,500? I'm just curious because I really do not know. Is it $1,500? I'm assuming it is, right? Because I don't know. I really don't know. So if you could put that in the comment section, I can go ahead and post it because I don't know what the child tax credit is now. I really don't. I don't know. I think it's $1,500. Anyway, so, okay. And then we have the savings account. It's more like IRAs or savings for I'm sorry, the counts for newborns and whatever this supposed to be. I didn't really clarify that one. But Trump accounts 1,000. You said it's a 1,000? It's 1,500? So it is 1,500. Okay. It's 1,500. So Trump accounts 1,000 savings account for newborns. So you only have about $1,000 savings account for newborns. That's it. I don't know why he feels he has a say-so in that. Whatever. He can go fly a kite with that one. Now, no tax on tips. So they're saying if you pay tips, you don't supposed to tax. This is like in restaurants and stuff, but you know, whatever. I don't even know if I should like this or not like this, but considering I used to be a server and a waitress, I don't know if I like this. Now, deduction available for service workers phased out. Okay. Now, sorry about that. Available for service workers phased out for higher incomes. Oh, it is. Okay, fantastic. So it's $1,500. Thank you so much, Stacey. I really appreciate it. Okay, so what was I saying? Okay, deduction available for service workers phased out for higher incomes. So therefore, if you are just remember under that bracket of 150,000, well, your ass out. Just want to point that out. He's basically saying deduction available for service workers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So whatever. So it just phased out. It's only for higher income service workers. Whatever. Well, in terms of, you know, no taxes on the tips is only for higher income service workers. I'm sure I should have said that correctly. Only for higher income service workers, they don't get taxed on their tips. So they just get the tips. But if you make lesser than the amount that they're saying, I believe 150,000 we saw in the last, it will be taxed on your tips. So there it is. So if you make more money, no tax on tips. If you make less money, tax on tips. See how backwards that fucking sounds? And then we get into the part where it's genocide in the making. Medicaid and SNAP cuts. Now, requirements mandatory by 2026 for non-disabled adults without dependents. Yeah. So they will lose they can't claim dependents. Let me say that over. Medicaid work requirements mandatory by 2026 for non-disabled adults without dependents. So this non-disabled adults without dependents cannot get Medicaid. So they don't have kids or any children's or anyone to put on their Medicaid, they can't get any Medicaid. This goes in effect next year. So if you're just a normal person or a senior and you don't have any dependents, you can lose your Medicaid. So if your father is a senior and clearly he doesn't have dependents and he needed for his insulin, or we have people on dialysis who need Medicaid to go to their dialysis 3 days out of a week, they won't be able to pay for it anymore. So they will probably die. This will increase death. Homelessness will be crazy. You know, we'll get into all that later, but, you know, it's devastating because he is so out of touch with the normal demographic of our world, of the United States, where he don't see the repercussions of his decisions. You understand, Donald Trump has been rich his entire life. He doesn't know how it feels to work hard. He doesn't know how it feels to visit senior citizens in nursing homes who lived a very rough life. And the stories they tell you is amazing. Who marched in the marches, even some Caucasian people too, Jewish people too. Yeah, well, you know, I'm saying Jewish people, but they marched in the marches. They ride with us. They did all of these freaking things, you know, and now they want to spend the rest of their days in the comfortable of their nursing home with people just like them to eat whatever they want, be and pleased, and doctors, nurses on hand, whatever. Enjoying the fruits of their hard work because the years of taxes they fucking pay. Yeah, Kiki's definitely coming out. Of them paying so they can enjoy these benefits. People who worked to pay taxes is reaping the benefits of their hard work, of the taxes they paid. Trump little people don't know how it feels to work hard because they normally are getting away with paying taxes. So they try to take the very food and fruit and nourishment and money from your pocket and your mouth that you paid with your hard-earned money because they don't want to pay taxes when they have a lifelong of not really paying taxes. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Oh, the bad karma coming on Donald Trump and his peers is going to be like a freaking tsunami, 3 hurricanes, and 5 fucking tornadoes. I guarantee that shit. He is getting it. He is getting it because he is seriously playing with really troubled waters. He's trying to focus here because I'm getting really upset. He's trying to act like God. No, it's not in all states. Not in all states. But it's not fair. It's not fair. They work their ass off. They pay taxes every year. And he's cutting taxes every year. And he's like, so what, you worked your ass off day and night, 40, 50, 60 hours. Who gives a damn? I don't want to pay taxes. Fuck that. I want you to pay more taxes and I'm cutting your Medicaid. How about that? That's where Trump mind is. This is what his thick, twisted. Anyway, aside from the Medicaid that the genocidal maniac is currently acting like. Okay, so we have the SNAP. I'm trying not to get upset. I'm getting a lot of visions here. I hate when that happens. So we have the SNAP cost sharing states with high error rates must contribute starting in 2028. So not only is he cutting Medicaid, states that currently use SNAP, the SNAP thing, I guess that's the Food Quest card or whatever, they interest rates goes higher. Just saying. So if they want it, they have to pay higher rates. Yeah. So anyway, this impact will impact 12 million and counting that will lose their Medicaid by 2034, meaning they'd be dead. The funeral homes would be overwhelmed with dead bodies because our senior citizens, or not even senior citizens, it's people who need Medicaid in general, are not going to be able to pay for their medication. They're not going to be able to stay in their nursing homes anymore. Yeah. So the death rate should increase within probably quadruple within the next 3 years, as soon as it's take effect. Now, it gets worse. Veterans. Yeah, let's go back to that. Yes, veterans and seniors are brave soldiers who fought in the war and seen some, I don't even want to freaking say it, so I'm just going to sum it up, devastating things. They will be affected as well. Some of these veterans are MAGA supporters. Just to let you know, MAGA supporters, if you are a veteran and you are using SNAP, you're going to lose your benefits thanks to your cult leader. So the ones who will be forced, if we go into war to fight for Trump, you may need to protest, my honorable veterans, because you are losing your SNAP benefits because they are the predominant ones who are using SNAP benefits. You're going to lose your benefits because he's cutting it off. With Medicaid cutting off, SNAP benefits cutting off, tax interest rates increase for people with income less than $150,000. and the other strategic and strict guidelines. Hospitals will close because they make a lot of their money from Medicaid and Medicare. And healthcare workers will decrease. We won't have any of those. Despite the neighborhood. It doesn't matter if your neighborhood is bougie, up, it doesn't matter. This also means that poverty level will increase, and so will the crime rate. And consider the police department don't get paid enough as it is, they will be working very long hours. Our brave police people, talking about the ones who are honorable, who are not racist. Now, because they be working long hours with little pay, this may affect their compassion and patience for their jobs. And we know what will happen to innocent people, especially colored people, when that happens, because we're primarily the aftermath of their tempers. And not to mention, now their cult leader is in the office, they more than likely will feel liberated to show their racist colors now. Because A, they're working really hard overtime and they're not getting paid a lot of money. So, and we have Trump in the office, so they will probably take their anger out on colored people. For a simple traffic ticket, if you say anything remotely insulting, they would probably call their homeboys, turn off their cameras, turn off the walkie-talkie, take you somewhere remote and beat your ass. And probably get away with it. Because they feel liberated to do that now. And because they're not getting paid a lot of money anyway, so who gives a damn? But it gets worse. Veterans and seniors will lose their SNAP benefits. I can't say that enough because this is really important. I know elderly people. They are very sweet people. I love their stories. Yes, veterans, the ones who will be forced, again, to fight for Trump if we go to war. They fighting for free. They're not coming out to a reward or a parade. They're coming out to poverty. And now they got to be forced to fight for this motherfucker. So not only you taking the spoon and income out of my pocket and my mouth, I got to go to war and fight for you. If veterans ever needed a time to protest, it is time to do that right now. Yes, y'all need to seriously do that now. Because he's basically saying you fight for me and I'm not paying you shit. That's literally what he's saying. Let's move on to clean energy rollbacks here. So, the EV tax credit ends. No credits after September 30, 2025. Remember, Trump never knew how it feels to pay electric bills, anything of the nature. He don't know how it feels to be poor. He gonna know how it feels soon, but he doesn't know how that feels, or he don't know the pain and suffering these people go through because he don't give a damn. That will be ending by September 30, 2025. No more tax credit for EV, none of that. Green initiative is cut. Like wind, solar, insulation subsides are phased out by 2027, depending on the state. And then it'd be higher costs for electric vehicles and energy efficient upgrades, which is why Elon Musk is pissed off because the stock is already down already. So now he's saying it's going to be more money for you to keep up your electric vehicles, which means it's going to bankrupt Elon Musk, the same dumbass who rigged the election for Donald Trump. If I was Elon Musk, I would spill the damn beans. Fuck that. But we don't know what Donald Trump has on Elon Musk. I don't know. Aside from rigging the election. Just saying. Yes, this means that our energy bill will increase $400 a year. That is an extra $33 a month on top of other fucking charges they have in your goddamn electric bill. Merely because he's not doing it because he don't have to pay for it. That's a primary reason. He don't know. He hasn't paid for shit. His dad basically bailed him out his entire freaking life. He was able to spend what he want. Banks bail him out, forgive him. No repercussions, nothing. He filed bankruptcy, do it all over again. All his life, he got saved. All of his life, people did what he wanted them to do. All his fucking life. The Gemini effect and the passing age was seriously streaming down on Donald Trump like a freaking, I don't know, a rainstorm. It was crazy. So he's doing this merely because Obama and Biden supported and started the Clean Energy Act, and Trump has a sick vendetta against anything those two did, despite it being correct and safe, a safe thing to do for our climate. So this sick move will cause more natural disasters and more than that. By him ending the Clean Energy Act and the funding for it will fuck up our climate. Some Trump don't believe in. You gotta understand here. Trump hardly ever acknowledges or give two flying figs about clean energy. He thinks it's a myth and some conspiracy theory. He don't believe in that. And aside, he don't like Obama and Biden. So that's what that is. He don't believe in it, and he thinks it's stupid. So by him cutting that Clean Energy Act, remember he cut it the last time before Biden and Kamala got in. They put it back on. He cut it off. We can't have him in the office anymore. This tit for tat is fucking annoying. It's messing up our whole little flow here with him going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's annoying. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. So by him cutting the Clean Energy Act, that is seriously putting our economy. I can't say it enough. I'm sorry, I'm getting a lot of visions here. I think it's going to be another crazy, I'm just saying like a huge, it's going to be a tsunami somewhere. Some with water. Some water is definitely going to affect another area. Not just in Texas, just recently. This is another area. I think it's in Florida. I don't remember. I don't know where it's at, but it's going to be bad. Sorry, that just came out of nowhere. Okay, listen. So this will create more natural disasters. And here's the thing. Trump don't even have empathy or sympathy or care for the victims that suffer or who are impacted by these natural disasters. He don't care. He don't even care. He got to be forced to say something about it. And then it's really with no emotion. Like the thing that happened in Texas, he don't care. Like, oh, what do you want me to do? He don't fucking care. He doesn't give a shit. So if these towns suddenly get hit with multiple tornadoes and hurricanes and tsunamis and whatever, or floods or heavy rain, he won't give a shit. Who fucking cares? Not affecting him. Who cares? It's not affecting him. Moving right along here. What are you guys saying? Let's see here. Reading the comments. You said, I am a Black veteran. I want to know why you voted for wide open borders and men and little girls showers. You said you're a Black veteran. You want to know why I voted for wide open borders and men and little girls showers. I don't know what news you are reading. Allegedly Black veteran, which I am getting instinct feeling that you are not a Black veteran. But thanks for that little, smoke and mirror game. But just to answer your question, Black veteran, I think you need to read your notes, hun. Because I spoke about immigrants the other day. I'm glad you brought up immigrants because I have something to say about them. I'm actually talking about them later. I'm glad you brought that topic up. Because in terms of immigrants, Trump, in his last term in office, separated over 100,000 kids from their parents and they were never found again. And then a few years later, a huge truck carrying children's body parts was discovered. And not to mention in the Black market, a lot of little kids are being sold. Matter of fact, they actually bust a huge trafficker not too long ago. But considering Trump cronies are currently controlling the news, you don't hear it. Yeah. So in terms of trafficking and pedos, you might want to check your news because there are a lot of kids and teenagers are currently separated from their parents and sleeping in cages underneath aluminum foil mats. Fathers are showing up dead on shores and shit when they're supposed to be shipped back to the other country, but they're actually being thrown in the freaking sea. Yeah, your boy Trump is doing that. You might want to get your news correct and figure out who you're talking about. Alleged black veteran, which I got a feeling you're not a black veteran. Don't be perpetrating my damn people claiming to be a black veteran. Now, sorry, Kiki had to come out. Sorry. How dare you call yourself black? You should be shaming yourself. Don't ever, ever do that. You keep it up, I'll block your ass. To my pedophiles. Trump is a heavy fucking trafficker. Do you understand that? Check your records. And don't you dare talk about my people like that. Now, moving right along here. Okay, I'm back focused now. Oh boy. Okay, can I have anyone on the panel? Sure, I'm trying to fix my hair. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay. Whew. Trying to get back to the zone. Disconnecting. All right, now we're going to talk about defense and immigration. Defense and immigration. Oh, whatever, he's lying. Okay, we're going to talk about defense and immigration. All right, so move on to the next. All right, it says here the defense, immigration, border wall, and ICE expansion, $350 billion allocated for deportation infrastructure. So the Golden Dome missile here, yeah, which means here, he want to put more money on the deportation infrastructure, and there is some little thing he's doing where he's talking about transporting immigrants in these little tanks here and shipping them some to the alligator pond, Mr. Black veteran. So that's what he's talking about doing. Yeah. If they're even going to make it there. Depends if they're sellable enough. Okay. Now, but before I get started here, I'm just going to go through these right here. Golden Dome missile defense. He's talking about putting $25 billion for that. That's, our tax money is paying for all this shit. Remember, Trump would never have to pay for any goddamn thing. And now that he's in the White House, he feels he has no budget limit. He just charged whatever. He's not paying for it. And now he really had the freedom to do that now. Like, he has that freedom to be just openly greedy. Like, there's no limit at all. Just charge to the tax people. I'm not paying for it. That's currently where we're at when it comes to Trump. So we have the Golden Dome missile defense, $25 billion more for that shit. I'm going to pause there for a second. And we have, the asylum fee, $100 minimum for applicants. Like, you may get asylum, but it's $100 minimum. So if you're running from your country because of some bullshit Trump done meddled in, and they paid us for asylum, fuck what you paid us. You only get $100 minimum, even though my freaking country paid billions of dollars for asylum, Haiti. Okay, I'm sorry, billions of dollars for asylum. You know what Trump did? As soon as he got into the office, he shipped their asses back to, he didn't even ship them. He actually threw them over into the sea. Even though Haiti paid us billions of dollars for asylum. Yeah, other countries pay for asylum. Kind of part of NATO. Even though Haiti's not part of NATO, but we still had to deal with them. That started back in the Clinton era. So he said, fuck your asylum fee. Fuck the fact that we pay billions of dollars for asylum. You only get $100 minimum. Yeah. Because I'm too important and you're a peasant. I don't give a damn about you. Look at this. Yeah.
Came on here and said that one of her neighbors received a government contract asking them to install a bunch of incinerators at Alligator Alcatraz. They're installing incinerators at Alligator Alcatraz. Alligator Alcatraz is on indigenous land. It's like protected land. Two, there are migrants. There's people being washed ashore with shackles on. People are finding people on beaches wearing shackles. This is the level that we're at. There's another girl on TikTok who is tracking flights government flights or like leaving detention centers, and they are just going out into the ocean and then turning around. Just going out and turning around.
Yeah, just drop it. I told you,
The
and
flights
drop it
are
in the
not
ocean.
making it to their destination. 2 + 2 does not equal 4. You understand what's going on right now. There's another guy on TikTok who said that he got pulled over by the cops. He's an American citizen. He just happened to have a Spanish last name. And they went and they looked through his information. They were like, we can't find you in any system. He's like, huh? He had like several IDs because he lived in a couple of different states. He was like, well, I have this ID. I have my motorcycle ID. I have this. And then the cops were like, oh, you can thank your friends at ISIS. So they're taking people, American citizens. He's white, by the way. He just had a Spanish last name. They're taking people who have American nationals who have Spanish last names, removing them from databases so that when they get pulled over by cops and people like that, they go, oh, you're not in the system. You're an illegal immigrant. You're an illegal alien. They can detain them. Do you understand what's going on right now?
Yeah, that is currently what we're dealing with right now. Can I have anyone else on the panel? Yes, I can. Sure. Do you want to be on the panel? I'm almost done with the politics section. So yeah, these containers that they're creating to put immigrants in and ship them to Alligator Lake or to drop them in the sea somewhere with sharks. Yeah, that's the clip you just got through looking at. That is the clip you just got through looking at. Okay. And we're going to talk about the debt and the deficit. The debt deficit, and I talked about this in my last 2 live shows, is currently being raised to $5 trillion. Projected deficit increased to $3.4 trillion over the 10 years. CBO forecasts 85% of household benefit for 2026, but only 70% retained benefits by 2030. So, how does this impact the voter sentiment? Well, Medicaid cuts up to 12 million people, remember, could lose coverage by 2034. Okay, I'm sorry, 2030. 2030, sorry about that. That is a potent campaign issue, just saying, especially in swing districts and among working class voters. Tax relief versus inequality. While many households will see tax breaks, the largest benefits go to higher earner Democrats. Yeah, so I'm sorry, higher earners, not higher earner Democrats. Sorry about that. Democrats are already framing this as tax cuts for billionaires. So they're already setting up their campaign already to use this for the benefactor, and it probably will. This bill will pretty much annihilate the Republican Party. He just sunk the Republican Party and their voters by making this bill. Just saying. It's like burying yourself. He's literally digging a grave for himself. So he just, I'm sorry, this is so stupid. So the tax cut for billionaires is what they're framing and campaigning it. While Republicans say it's a relief for the middle class, it's not. The middle class will pay for it a lot. The middle class will be, they're paying to keep the first class, the middle class. And the third class, which is people with very limited means, will be not and void. So the polling trends, early polls showed 59%, and it has increased since this post, of voters opposed that bill, and some of them did vote for Trump. That is a red flag for the GOP candidates banking on economic optimism. Meaning, if the Republican senators are thinking about re-election next year, forget it. This is definitely their last year. Like remember the last president, that book, The Last Republican President. Trump will be the last Republican president. I just want to point that out. This bill and his little "I'm so rich, I want to stay rich" bill is fucking up his entire party. Just saying. Oh, and Mike Johnson, whom is rumored that he and Trump and his little puppet bribed, paid, and forwarded some Republican senators just so they could meet Trump's 4th of July deadline, you will be exposed because everyone knows that Trump invited a few senators to the White House to bribe them, blackmail them, or whatever he could to sway their votes. Yes. We know. People talk. Staff talk. And we also heard that you forged some of those Republican senators. They voted against it. We saw live broadcasting on another social media feed that showed it was actually the opposed number was higher than the agreed number. So he did a little switcheroo. That's what he did. Just switch it up. That's what he did. Just so he can meet his cult leader, his Lord and Savior, 4th of July deadline. He cheated. And he probably figured that Trump would bail him out. You don't know what happened to the last people who helped Trump. They all was indicted and went to jail and broke now. Y'all learn from, other people past mistakes who actually did this for Trump. I mean, what y'all dumb and born yesterday? Okay, you'll be in jail within the next 5 years. Just want to point that out. You'll be in jail. Just saying, you're going to be in jail. And I hope you don't have any grandparents that's on Medicaid, because you just voted for them to end their Medicaid, unless you plan on financially taking care of them. I hope you don't think Trump is going to freaking pay you. Please, he'll drop you like a hot potato just to save his own ass. So good luck with that. No, fuck that. Bad luck with that. Bad luck with that. Moving on to the next subject here. Now, the strategic fallout, Republican messaging. GOP leaders are betting the bill will energize their base, especially with border security. They're only obsessed with borders because they are obsessed with trafficking, that they're basically in partnership with other high leaders overseas, like Qatar, Dubai, Saudi Arabia. Need I go on? Israel, Russia. Yeah, that's why they're obsessed with the border. Oh, yeah. Hence the plane. Thank you. Yeah. It gets dark. So they're saying it will energize their base, especially with border security and tax cuts. That's what they're saying. They're calling it a defining issue for 2026. Yeah, of you never being a senator anymore. Democratic counterattack. Now, the Dems are comparing it to the failed 2017 ACA repeal, which cost Republicans 40 seats. This will cost them practically all their seats. So thank your Lord and Savior for fucking you guys up. Y'all would not have a job. And then y'all will literally see how it feels to be poor and on Medicaid or needing Medicaid, because you are cutting the benefits that you are going to need in the future. Yeah, just want to point that out. So you just made your own damn bed with no cup. You don't even have a bed. You're going to be on the floor. So just, yeah, stupid is and stupid does. So they're scripting campaigns around healthcare losses and economic inequality, internal GOP tension. Well, some Republicans like Senator Tom Tillis are stepping down after voting against the bill, signaling, fractures within the party. We talked about them in my last live show. Now, the hidden provisions in the democracy concerns AI regulation ban. They're only doing that because they want people to get information quickly. They want to control the information that is being issued in America. Hence, they want you to be more submissive and stupid. Not going to happen. The bill includes a 10-year freeze on state laws regulating AI in elections. Yeah, critics warn this could flood campaigns with deep fakes, which is what he wants. So if he feels that he can control the information that's been given, that will increase in rigging, so he can rig another election, which is what he want to do. Lie about the numbers, lie about everything. He wants everything to be set for his propaganda for the future, if he lives to see that, which he won't. So flood campaigns with deep facts and misinformation. So the judicial power limits, we talk about that, and now remove provision wouldn't restricted courts from enforcing rulings against government officials. That is raising alarms about checks and balances. Now, the result, the bill language isn't just policy, it's spell work. It reshapes perception, it cloaks austerity and beauty, and it redefines freedom through economic control. I can go on, but I think you all get the picture. Now, don't worry, I'll have this full script and more in my blog. The link is below. The Truth Show blog, go ahead and click, WordPress. Go ahead and click it. I have the full script within 24 or 40 hours, somewhere in that time frame. I mean, I do have life. All right. moving right along here. We're going to talk about celeb gossip here. Whew, I'm so glad I'm done talking about that. That was very stressful. Gosh. Whew. Now, okay, do you want to come up for this, the quiet storm? This is probably something a little bit softer here. Let's see here. People, what is this? Oh, my bad. Okay. Here we go. There you go. Sure. You might have to wait in line, but sure. This next segment, absolutely. Yeah, we can talk about this next segment. You definitely can come up. Just click that link there. I'll go ahead and pin it. All right, it's pinned. Let me see if I can pin it here. What in the hell is going on with my Truth Show Live? Whatever. All right, well, just let me know when you guys are ready to come up here, and then I can just put you guys up, okay? All right, we're going to take a little break here because I need a little break from that last little segment. That took a lot out of me. I got so many visions I had to fight back. It was crazy. You said it wasn't okay. Let me delete it then. Okay. I could have sworn. Oh, you right. You guys are so right. I'm so sorry. It wasn't the correct one. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. You right. I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry about that. There we go. Sorry. Now, who betterment of Black woman? Okay. We have betterment of Black woman. She's coming up. Let's see here. Here we go. Ooh, let's see. No. Trying to find a decent background for us. Just a second. Well, that should be good. Okay, so you're up.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Now, if you can introduce yourself.
I'm Betterment of Black Woman. How is everybody doing in the chat?
All right, we have Betterment of a Black woman coming up here. Okay, you wanted to join in? Are you doing some co-hosting, or is there a story you need to tell us?
If you don't mind if I co-host with you.
Sure. I have the Quiet Storm here. Do you mind if she comes in as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We have the Quiet Storm. Can you hear me, Quiet Storm?
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, can you hear me?
How you doing? Yes. We have the Betterment. She's
I'm doing good,
also
and
here
you?
as well.
Hi.
Okay. So this
Hello, how
next
are you
segment.
doing?
Good.
Okay. Now this next segment, we're going to talk about Ashanti here. Ashanti and Nelly. Now I know you ladies have heard about Ashanti and Nelly, correct?
Yeah, I heard.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you know how old I am. I'm 37 years old, and
Okay.
I heard about their relationship like a decade ago, and it was very toxic from the beginning. And I don't know what led to their breakup, but I was very happy that Ashanti was living her best life, having a successful career without him being in the picture. But when
Mm-hmm.
I found out that they got back together a year later, I was very devastated because Ashanti had everything going for himself. And for her to get back with Nelly was not the right PR move because right now his reputation is not a good one. I think uh, he was at a casino or something and he was had a warrant out for his arrest for, was it drugs or something? I could be wrong.
Mm. Oh yeah,
But
I remember that. I remember that one. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and
He
not
be.
only that, he had other he I think he have other allegations out against him.
Mm-hmm.
So it was not a good move for her to marry him or even have a relationship with him because she was doing fine. I think what the pressure of her getting back with him was, I think people were calling out her of her being single, saying that um, she has hit the wall or something like that. I don't know what this
What?
imaginary wall is, and they were like making fun of her for being single. And now that she got with Nelly and have a baby, now she's in a situation where now they have a TV show and he's embarrassing her on public platform,
You're
and that's not a good look for her at all. Not at all. That's embarrassing. How he's just talking down to her like she's just some random person that he's
mm-hmm.
meeting for the first time, and he's been very disrespectful to his wife. Very.
I've been hearing that. I have to admit. I mean, I have to say this. I mean, it seems that this reality show and this show with Nelly and Ashanti, Nelly is definitely showing his true colors. I mean, with Ashanti being a new mom, I mean, this is her first child. I know she always wanted a kid, and everyone thought they were a great match. Just like you said in the beginning, I was really happy for them. But then again, I wasn't because I knew about Nelly. I did quite a few videos about Nelly and his past transgressions. One of
I
them
heard
being,
he cheated on her in their when they in their first relationship.
oh yeah, yes,
Yeah,
that is one
and
of the
then
allegations.
now they're back together. And I think, from what I'm hearing, this is just rumors. This is not coming from me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the rumor is he married Ashanti to get back at his ex. What I forgot her name, but
I know who you're
he
talking about.
yeah he did that to get back at his ex. So he's basically using Ashanti as a way to get back to his ex so that she can humble him. But I have not heard anything of her saying that she wants to get back with Nelly or anything like that.
The whole thing is just crazy as heck. I mean, the whole thing is freaking ridiculous.
It is crazy.
It is. Do you know anything about this Nelly and Ashanti thing with the Quiet Storm?
Yeah, I just kind of feel like if a guy has shown you that he isn't worth a damn, like in the beginning of your first relationship, it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty I mean, it's going to be pretty much the same thing if you get back together with him. And I only say that because I speak from experience, you know, trying to make a bad thing work and it blowing up in your face. So I think that Ashanti kind of, you know, I guess people kind of reunite and get together because they think like after some time has passed, maybe they've changed, maybe they grew a little, maybe, you know, certain things happen in your life and it makes you gain a whole new perspective, because didn't his sister pass away from like cancer or something like that, and he was taking care of her children?
I don't even know. I stopped following him when I started learning about his true character.
All I know is that
Exactly.
he had 5 other children from previous women.
What? 5 other children?
This is not from me, okay? This is
Go
what
ahead.
I heard. Okay, so yeah, so I don't know if he's in their lives or anything, but this is what I heard.
Okay. Well, I have a few clips here. We're gonna look at some clips and then
Wow.
we'll comment on it after that. But some of the things that I pretty much learned from in the past, that he was on tour, him and his boys, and he was smoking weed. He invited some girl on a tour bus with him, and he raped, or what I'm saying, this is YouTube, I can say rape. He raped her, and then he just threw her out and treated her like she was just, you know, bag of whatever. Nelly always had this disposal and kind of old-fashioned, I don't care attitude when it comes to women. And after him performing for Donald Trump, his star status definitely increased, and he needed, like she said, he needed some rising. So he is borrowing some of Ashanti, so far not so bad reputation, you know, and that's what he's doing. And she desperately wanted, I don't know, someone or a baby. I'm not even sure, but I felt that she wanted to be married. She wanted to have a baby. She probably thought the clock was ticking, even though I think she's still young. And I think this is more so. I thought it started off as some kind of publicity stunt. I didn't think it was going to last that long. I didn't even think it was going to go this far. Then I wasn't really, you know, indebted into their whole relationship, because you just have a bad feeling about things, you know what I'm saying? But in this particular clip here, we're going to see a clip of Nelly and Ashanti. And I got this from TikTok. All of us are going to be seeing this fresh, like right now, because I have not seen a few seconds of it, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this on here. So let's see what this is about. And it's a little low, so you guys probably have to turn up your volume. I'll mute your microphones for now, or you want to do it, doesn't matter. Oh, this is very low.
And then be mad loud. But I don't even know. That's ridiculous. You know? It's a gift, I guess. Why is it a gift? I'm blessed with that. No. That means get up. It's your turn to change it. I'm gonna take you back to this conversation we had before you kicked me on the journey. I said, baby, I need you in the world. I just ain't changed.
Oh my.
Wow.
Did y'all hear that? He just said, I'm just not changing.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, he said that he's not changing his baby's diaper. So basically, he doesn't want to be a father. Basically. On top of that, he also said, and you did not want to hear this. You guys did not. This does not come from me. So he also said that he gets very jealous when Ashanti gives a lot of attention to their son. Even when she breastfeeds the child, he gets very jealous.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm not.
Huge.
That's a huge red flag. Like, what man is jealous the woman that gave birth to his child, giving him attention, giving him affection, and all that stuff. And I'm just like, you're jealous of your own son,
That is
really?
sick. That's grade A narcissism.
I'll
right
tell
there.
you right now, I give that relationship maybe a good year, and I'm being generous about that. It could be 6 months.
I was thinking 6 months the max.
Yeah,
Oh, the max. Because Ashanti doesn't
for
look like
real.
Because Ashanti's gonna get really tired, sick and tired of him and his antics.
I don't know. She
Because
might pull Beyonce on y'all and stay with him.
maybe, but I don't know.
I
Ashanti
hope
might be
not.
different because she's been single for a whole decade after she broke up with him.
You're right.
So
You're right.
she probably, I think she probably would break up with him because what the heck? She has money,
Yeah, she
and
don't need his
now
money.
she has resources. So if he's not willing to be a father to their child, then what's the point of having him around?
Yeah, he's
You know what I
useless.
mean?
Right.
It just saying that he's saying that he's still a single man. That's what he's saying. I can do whatever, still do whatever I want. You know what I mean? So he's very narcissistic. And
Very
look at the way Ashanti's beautiful. Look at the way he's treating her. He's treating her like she's some common woman or something.
I know her career is way better than his. She be in movies and stuff. I saw a few of
Yeah.
them. So
Yeah. And how many
He
movies
got
has
back
he
with
been
her.
in?
maybe one.
Probably one. You know what I mean?
He definitely
Okay.
got back with her in order to like make his star power a little bit more and to like take away from the whole rape allegations and
Mhm.
those, the whole Me Too movement stuff. Like I think that's why he got with her and she got with him because
Mhm.
she just got sick of being alone. The clock was ticking,
Yeah.
like you said, and she just wanted to maybe start a family. And she was
Yeah,
kind of that mindset, like, better to go with the devil, so to speak.
exactly. She needed
And
that
But I
control.
really
this
don't
kind of
think that
remind me
they're together.
of this relationship kind of remind me of Offset and Cardi B,
Mm,
Rihanna and what's his name? I'm trying to think of his
ASAP
name.
Rocky? Oh, or
ASAP
Chris Brown?
Rocky.
oh, that loser.
It kind of remind me of these fall off the charts rappers that can't get a hit, that they can't reach the fame and the recognition that they want, so they get with the women that are getting all these things so they can boost up their popularity and their fame.
Yeah,
And it's like they're like energy vampires. They
They
talk
are
down,
that.
they
yeah,
are.
they talk down on these women, and then when the woman decides to break up with them, and it's kind of reminds me now of another relationship that recently is being broken up, is
Hugh
Holly
Jackman.
and DDG. So what happened when these men are going to do is they're going to try to they're going to how, I'm trying to get the word out. They're going to try to dim the light of these women's career. They're going to try to ruin them
It's
Oh
just
because
yeah.
like the Hugh Jackman and his wife, Deborah Lee Furness. Like she
Oh
was a
yeah.
really famous actor in Australia, like bigger than him at the time. And he came into the relationship as a struggling actor. And then boom,
Hmm.
once he got with her, his star began to like get bigger and brighter, and hers became more diminished. Like people don't even know who the hell she is now. They just know her
yeah.
as Hugh Jackman's now ex-wife, actually, because he's over here getting with this other lady that he's working with, and don't nobody know who she is. I don't
Isn't
like
That
that.
it,
I don't like
but
people
Hugh
doing it.
isn't the Hugh Jackman that played Wolverine? I'm trying to
yep.
think
Yeah,
of
that's
his name.
him.
Yep.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
okay, yeah, all right, yeah. It's like I said, you gotta be careful with the men you pick. Like, if
So
you
true.
want men to to have status, and he's very popular, and um he stays out of trouble. These women, this is the women that these are the men that these women should be getting with, but they just pick these losers, and these losers make them miserable in these relationships.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
it just I'm just like, Why, Ashanti? Why? You were our great hope. You were like the best example of how a woman should be. And then this happens. You get back with Nelly. Look at him. He's not like he looked like he aged terribly.
Maybe, and this is Kiki talking. Maybe she got with him for other reasons. Just saying.
Maybe she loves him. Maybe she still loves him. But look at how he's talking to her.
I'm telling you that right now.
Look at the way he's talking to her. This guy really doesn't love her like that.
No, he's acting like he trying to act like Diddy. That's what he's trying to act like.
Yeah,
but Diddy got the money to back up his psychoticness.
Yeah, so.
But ironically enough, they're both Scorpios. Think about that.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
No, Ashanti's a Libra. No,
yeah, she's a Libra, but the men are both Scorpios.
Put a pin on that. We're going to talk about that later. I'm so glad you brought that up because that is later on in the show. Okay. Now, this particular clip here, this young lady is going to break down a lot that we're talking about in terms of the scandal that's going on with Ashanti and Nelly. Let's see what she has to say.
Ashanti, that man don't like you. And the only reason why he married you was to humble you for leaving him.
Oh, you guys said the same thing.
Did you pay the rent? Good. Now let's get to the last episode of Nelly and Ashanti's We Belong Together before their season finale, because this man don't like her, and I think she needs to figure that out. And before we could even get into these clips, I want to hear from y'all in the comments. Do you watch the show? Because I have been watching it, and it is a literal train wreck. First, production, you messy. Now, there's a scene where Ashanti and Nelly and Ja Rule and his wife, I believe her name is Asia, they're all bowling, and Ja Rule asked them, well, where y'all staying at? In a way that Ashanti and Nelly didn't have an answer, and then literally the next scene was temporary apartment. Messy. Now, in the scene prior to that, Nelly and Ashanti go out to lunch, and she's talking to him about basically how he doesn't change the baby's diapers.
Just, I mean, that's a lot. Well, it's all you. I ain't gonna even lie. You know, I ain't got nothing for him. Absolutely not. No. Until he can say, I'm hungry. Until he can say, I need to use the dance. It's gonna be a lot. But as soon as he started walking, I said enjoy it. But as soon as he picked up walking and talking, he went to crawl. I'm trying to understand, how is it that you sleep through when he starts crying? Do y'all really be up at night?
That man don't like you. He don't like you or that baby. Now, the crazy part is after the scene, she calls her cousin, who happens to be her nanny, and the nanny is babysitting their baby, KK. And just check out Nelly's whole disposition as she's on the phone with their child.
It's my baby. Why you don't ever sound that excited about us? Hi. You talking? You know why I'm hurt? Me and Nelly broke up a few times.
And you should have stayed broken up. But not at any given time did he ever ask her to turn the phone around so he could see his baby too. Why did nobody else pick up on that? That was strange. But the whole episode was a hot mess. There's a portion of the show where the producers asked Nelly, well, did you talk to your wife before you decided to schedule a one-year tour? And he said, what do you mean talk to my wife? Like, yeah, talk to your wife. And then the final scene is where Nelly is solidifying whether he's going to perform at the inauguration or not. And while Ashanti's mother, who happens to be her manager, says she's totally against it because her father was a civil rights leader, Ashanti didn't really give her whole point of view whether she agreed with it or not. She just seemed kind of scared to even voice her own opinion. Now, her mother is explaining to her in that scene, hey, you need to voice your own opinion because I'm your manager. I'm not Nelly's manager. Now, in the season finale, we're going to be able to see the backlash that this couple had received after he had taken the offer to do the inauguration. And no, it's not pretty.
That is crazy. This is crazy. Oh my God. It is. I feel kind of sorry for her, honestly. This is embarrassing. I'm hoping in the back of my head that this is just acting, but I got a gut feeling he's being himself.
I don't think this is acting at all.
You know what I thought when I first heard that they came out with a reality show? I instantly thought of Whitney and Bobby back when they did it.
I remember that.
I was like, oh no, this is going to be bad.
It's definitely going to be bad. Oh my gosh.
I think they should have kept this to themselves, to be honest with you, because this is going to look bad on Oh my God. Like their careers are not going to be the same. If I was Ashanti, I would not had participated in a reality show. It would not be a thought. He would just be doing a reality show by himself.
Yes.
Yeah, like I wouldn't like it could affect her career. And I'm thinking about Ashanti here because this is a good woman. I don't know her personally, but she doesn't really get involved in things like that, like get into legal trouble or anything. And when she's with this man, it's like, why are you still with him when when he is getting into a lot of legal trouble? Like, girl, like run for the hills. You know what I mean?
Probably got a nice little contract for this reality show and other deals, and
Uh-huh.
sponsors they got going on. So it's just turning into a benefactor relationship. The brand, Ashanti and Nelly, is turning into a brand. If we think about it, and that's literally how some of these little relationships starts. They start off as partnerships and brands, and you see the end result to that. We have Jay-Z and Beyonce running around here, despite of everything that's been going on. Now that we're on the subject of Jay-Z and Beyonce, let's go ahead and talk about them. Are you okay? Are you guys okay? I'm talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce?
No,
Yeah,
not
of
at all.
course. I
Everybody
am.
talks about them.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right. So Jay-Z firstborn. Now I have to admit I wasn't going to talk about this because anytime I talk about these two weird things happen to my channel, as I stated several times. However, it seems that there's a young man named Ramir Southernwalk, is that how you pronounce his name? Who looks so much like Jay-Z. I mean, the resemblance of these two is uncanny. Look how do you see this? Look at the ears.
I
I
see
thought
it.
it was Jay-Z, all four of them. I thought it
Yes.
was him. Oh my
It's
goodness.
like he spat him right out.
I know. Look at the ears, y'all. Look at the ears is where I'm. Look at the ears.
I
Because
thought
Yeah.
the two pictures in the middle were Jay-Z.
no, this is Ramir. If I mispronounce your name, young man, I'm sorry. But Ramir, this is Ramir right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the middle pictures is
Mm-hmm.
Ramir. And this is Jay-Z and his because they can't find no high school photo, so they was able to find a photo like this. hey, just saying they couldn't. So this is him, and yeah, and this is the Ramir person here. Now I have to admit, in the past, this got brought to me. I didn't listen to it because I was going through some things, and I got sick of the Jay-Z and Beyonce thing, considering the crap that was going on with my channel. I was like, I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. I even denied the story at some point. But after going back and doing a little deep diving, I'm starting to understand some stuff, and I hope you guys are ready to get blown away here. Okay, so this guy has long said he is the son of hip hop mogul Jay-Z and has been begging Jay-Z, the rapper, businessman, whatever the hell he called himself these days, to take a paternity test. Now, ladies, please do your math here. The 31-year-old, he's supposed to be 31, has been in a legal battle for about 10 years trying to find out if he is the son of Sean Carter. Now, you know what? I do have some clips here, and I'm going to break down the math, and then I want you guys to realize the time frame this happened and why Jay-Z may be trying to duck and dodge this paternity test, because the paternity test and the results of this paternity test could sink his entire freaking legacy. And I'm going to tell you why later on. Take a look at these clips.
I still can't believe that Jay-Z denies that this is his kid. Jay-Z's alleged son, Rainier, just recently spoke to the Daily Mail again, pleading for Jay-Z to finally take a paternity test that he's been avoiding for the last 10 years. Let's talk about it. If you do not know, this man, Rainier Satterthwaite, has spent the last few years being very vocal about the fact that he believes Jay-Z is his father. And now Rainier is taking this to the Supreme Court. Rainier alleges that when his mother was 16 years old, she had a very brief fling with Jay-Z when he was 22. By the time Rainier was born in 1993, his mother was no longer in contact with Jay-Z. However, she had recently gotten back together with her high school boyfriend. At the time, she made the decision to put that boyfriend, Robert, on Rainier's birth certificate. Stay with me, okay? So now the first time that Rainier sues Jay-Z is in 2010. A court in Pennsylvania then orders genetic testing for Jay-Z, Rainier, and the high school boyfriend that was on the birth certificate. And what do you know? It comes out that the high school boyfriend, Robert, was not Rainier's father. Jay-Z, however, never responds to the court documents until the case gets dismissed In 2012, Rymir then goes ahead and sues Jay-Z, this time in the state of New Jersey. Jay's lawyers fight back, saying that the court has no jurisdiction over Jay-Z because Jay-Z has no business ties, no homes to the state of New Jersey. A judge dismisses the case. Rymir's lawyers quickly appeal, and they bring back tax documents as well as deed documents that show a Sean Carter from New Jersey who does have ties to New Jersey. Jay's attorney tells the court that she initially misspoke when she said that he had no ties to the state of New Jersey because she truly did believe that he only lived in New York City. However, they fight back and say, well, there's no proof that the Sean Carter in those tax documents is actually Jay-Z. So crazy to say, but that works, and they dismiss the case again. Now the NAACP and the ACLU are fighting on Rymir's behalf. Rymir then sues Jay-Z again in 2014, and it is dismissed again on the same basis that they can't prove that the Sean Carter in those documents is Jay-Z. Now Rymir is taking this to the New Jersey Supreme Court, and he's asking that all documents be unsealed all the way back to 2012. And he's asking Jay-Z to just take the test. In 2016, right before her death, his mother, Wanda, actually made a public statement saying that she supports Rymir and that Jay-Z was actually his father. Rymir has claimed time and time again that he's not looking for anything except validation and the truth. This is what he had to say to the Daily Mail.
If it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like, it's not as far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like, it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take it. No, I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that.
And then big shout out to whoever put this video together at the Daily Mail, because y'all did not have to put this in there. Y'all are messy.
Oh my gosh, seriously? You guys think this is crazy.
Lord,
What is it? Oh my God, that poor man. They're making fun of him already.
No, they saying the similarities.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Jay-Z, his
they both got
teeth,
like a couple of soup coolers.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
real.
Oh, this is uncanny. Wow.
It is.
It's very interesting.
Oh my God.
Let's take a listen.
I mean, he might as well just say, yeah, that's my son. Because it's obvious. It's his whole face. He might as well just be, you know, Jay-Z Jr. at this point.
Yeah,
Right.
but there's a reason. There's a reason why he's not going to say anything. Let's take a listen to this next clip.
Okay.
First of all, Jay-Z offered them money. At first, he offered them bread, like, and everything. But, you know, his aunt, this is like, this caretaker ain't didn't, like, approve of it. She said, no. You know, Jay-Z got a lien on her house, all type of shit. That was like,
Wow.
The lady put up paperwork and everything with his name on it and all that. I mean, but we don't, like, he just wanted dad. He's not trying to get no money. He's not trying to do none of that. I mean, but he called me like 2 years ago. Oh, he's like, I just want a dad. I don't want no money. I'm already 18. I think he was like 20 something at the time. I mean, but something happened to him, and I was like, yo, that sounds kind of weird. He said he was coming out from work, going to work, and it was a gun in his car. Like when he opened the door, he seen the gun. He said he went to go like call his man, like, yo, did you leave a gun in my car? His man like, no. He said, why you on the phone talking to his man? The cops pull up and lock him up. He said he told the cops, no, that's not my gun. He's like, so he went in the building he was in, and they seen this Mike pulled up and put the guns in his car. Oh, and pulled off. I said, bro, I don't know nobody in the hood that got guns to just waste like that to do that. I don't know. He's like, yeah, you know, so like Jay-Z had a gag order on this, like trying to get a gag order and trying to. If my thing is, if that's just about my son, I'll just take a test.
I know, right?
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you adoption and whatever, to me, I don't know. I think his mom was underage or something when he was born, so I think that's probably. Yeah, I think that's probably.
That's what it is. Yeah. That's what it is.
Is the mom still alive? No, she died.
Yep.
She died. She was 15 when she had him.
Oh, yeah.
How old was Jay?
Underage.
Like 20, probably early 20, like 24.
We don't know if it's true. This is just
no, but I'm saying he took the DNA thing with the it was ancestry type shit. I think he got like somebody
his family members
on it, like, you know, because you got different kids that's in different places.
Wow.
You know, it just kind of reminds me of when he got with Foxy Brown and he was 27, I believe.
Oh, no. Don't say
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We are so in sync. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is a wonderful panel. Hold your horses, ladies.
All right, okay. I won't say anything. Sorry. I got too far ahead.
Okay, listen to what he has to say.
Not the father, why you ain't just get this done and over with? You know, my mom was a dancer. She used to go to a couple concerts with her friends, and basically they went to an apartment building, you know, they relaxed and chilled and, you know, had sex.
Has Jay-Z or any of his people tried to reach out to you to maybe like squash you from doing these?
I mean, I wouldn't say they trying to stop it, but they definitely don't want it out there. I would say that. It's crazy to me. You know, I'm not asking for no money or nothing. I'm not asking for no handouts or Nothing like that. I work every day and take care of my family. Only thing I'm asking for, if it's not the truth and there's nothing wrong with the Supreme Court, like, just get it over with. Let's get it over with.
Yeah, I just want the answer.
Jay-Z is dodging this like it's a fucking plague, man. I'm telling you, this is
he sure is.
He don't want that reputation of being a deadbeat dad or something like that.
It's deeper than that. It's not deadbeat dad. He can beat that any day because he didn't know it. So he has that cover up. So I didn't know that was my kid. He got to cover up for that. It's not like that. Him dodging it like this is because of other reasons, and you said kind of it. But let's okay. Here's what I have to say. Now, you all know why Jay-Z doesn't want to take this paternity test.
Yes.
My co-panelist Betterman pretty much said a little bit of it. It's not just because he believes that this dude wants some clout or fame, but this would also validate the stories of Jay-Z and Diddy having intercourse with minors back in the day. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
This man is about 31 years old. Take out your calculators, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, which will put Jay-Z's actions around 1994. The same time he was accused of messing around with then 15 and 16-year-old Foxy Brown.
Yep.
This also validate the recent rape case that Jay-Z and his dirty attorney, Alex Spiro, have bullied and taunted his way out of by scaring the poor young lady. Now, I have to say this. Jay-Z needs to be stopped because his bullying goes very deep and sick and psychotic. Aside from blacklisting people, he's been calling the IRS on people, having them audit. He's been accused of hiring people to follow them or have spies move in their neighborhood just to keep an eye on you. Yes, it gets worse. Why? Because he's more calculating, just like Jaguar Work said. Oh, I'm not done yet. Because it seems that Jay-Z's company is going bankrupt. And this could be the reason why Beyonce has been touring back to back. But it's not just that. It's the lawsuit from Desiree Perez that is spilling all the tea. Now, before we get into that, we're going to do a quick little powwow here, ladies. Now, from judging from what I just said, now you know why he's railing against this paternity. Because this could be another Cassie. You know, when Cassie dropped her lawsuit, it was literally an avalanche of freaking lawsuits that came thereafter. This is what he's afraid of. He's afraid of the avalanche of lawsuits that's going to come thereafter if he takes a paternity test. And the paternity test turns out that he is the father of this young man. That would mean that back in the day, him and his little homeboys were messing around with minors, right along with R. Kelly, right along with Diddy. I mean, Diddy had minors in a video, booty humping, shaking their butts, and freaking Daisy Dukes and everything. He had an entire video of freaking minors and had them on stage with freaking fake evidence back in the day. Oh yes.
Yeah. Which one? Which music video was that? I'm trying to figure. Oh my goodness, because I saw that. Like, why they have young girls that look like 12 to
Yep.
13-year-olds?
Yeah.
I saw that recently too. I saw that on YouTube recently. They were talking about that. That is crazy. I cannot believe we had seen stuff like that and it just went right over our head.
Yeah, we were so blind. That was the Pisces age. That Pisces age was, putting that veil over our heads because we was believing in, the false faith, and we was more spiritual and believing in the unknown and blah, blah, blah. So that was pretty much what that age was doing to a lot of us. Once that veil started being lifted, a lot of us are thinking, what the hell were we thinking? Why did I think that was cool to watch? Why was I listening to music at a young age? What the heck was I saying? I'm starting to say that a lot more, and it's freaking crazy. Now, the reason Jay-Z is not doing this, like I said, is because he is afraid of every story that's been told about him being validated. Like I said, if it turns out that this young man is his son, that means he was indeed, like I just stated, was messing around with minors back in the day. And he do not want that to happen. That means the Foxy Brown rumor was correct. Because this is in 1994, the same time he was messing around with underage Foxy Brown. So he was running around here messing around with minors, him and his little boy Diddy and all the rest of his little ponies. And that's what he do not want to be proven. He want the past to be the past, even though he's still doing dirt. And this young lady here is going to spill all the dirt because Jay-Z is on a whole new level of fucking scummy. I didn't even know all of this stuff. I didn't know who the hell Desiree was until like a couple days ago. I was like, wow, seriously? I knew he was calculating because I heard rumors and the evidence from my channels being blacklisted. But take a listen to this.
Like, you know, one time during the COVID stuff when everything was shut down, my overhead teams my CEO of Black Nation, my partner, the multi-billionaire company, Black Nation, we needed $40 million just to stay alive. I called them, I go, okay, I said, we should get Desiree. I might not be here months from now. Single swim. I hope you're here when things get better. I can't help. Basically, my creation is fucking done if I have a future. I said, I got this. And I played with cash flow. I'm a survivor. And so much so, he runs a multi-billion-dollar company, and he had a meeting with his whole 20,000 staff so that he wished everyone could run a company like this from scratch. I say all that to you to say, it's sink or swim here right now. It's like, there's nothing like my girlfriend was. It was sink or swim then. One person. And I said, okay, so we gotta do this, we get people back. I'm in the middle of this craziness going on. I was really crazy. Remember, I almost died. It's part of the thing that no one's ever gonna do. And I'm sitting there, I'm going through this, and you gotta do it like that. And the one girl, she's a woman, was my teacher that. She said, and how are you? Are you okay? And I was like, that's weird. Like, I'm not even used to that. Very life always depends on me so much. I carry everything.
Wow. Wow. Did you guys hear that?
I didn't know that was going on. I know about her daughter saying things about, threatening her and her boyfriend and saying racist things, but not the first clip. I didn't know Rock Nation was going broke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know what's his other company?
Is it Tidal?
Tidal, yeah. I knew that business failed. That was going to fail from the beginning. The Rock Nation, wow, this is new information to me.
Well, I mean, you have to understand here. I mean, Jay-Z didn't go to school for finance or business management or anything of the nature, so he'll be treating a business the same way Donald Trump treated business. As
he's gonna go file for bankruptcy.
Exactly, as a blind investment or something along those lines. As soon as he sees that the company is going under, he sells it. Jay-Z has a history of doing that. He sells it. If he sees it's not going right, he sells it. Make a few mil, and he just keep him, or he just make his wife, who we've been training to be the perfect woman for him since she was 19 years old. Okay.
Yep.
A woman's frontal lobe is not fully developed until she's 25, and that's a scientific fact. So therefore, before that time period, they're still learning. Jay-Z got Beyonce before that happened, and not to mention the other manipulations and greed parasites that was already around this young lady. So now she's literally like a Cassie. It's just that he probably wasn't beating Beyonce into the severely as Cassie was. Not saying he didn't. So therefore, her loyalty in terms of Beyonce to Jay-Z is, and she said this out of her own mouth, as a father figure, a husband, and the father of her children. So she said, I'm not lying. She said this. She said, you helped turn, what she say, raise me as a lady, or turn me into a lady, or mold me as a lady, some crap she was saying at his birthday party. Anyway, so that is where her mind is at the moment. So she's seeing him as these three different types of people, which means her loyalty runs deep. And not to mention, she's been with him since she was 19 years old. He was in his 30s. So for her to even break first the father figure part, she needs to break that shit off. Lucky, probably not going to do that. And, and the other stuff. But all I'm saying is it's going to be hard for her to separate because she's already brainwashed. She's been brainwashing this girl for I don't know how many years. She's seeing his protection. He loves me. He wants to see me do well. He's this. But he's saying, you might, never mind. I'll let you guys fill in the blank for that one. Now, in this next clip here, Desiree is talking about Rock Nation. It's probably more clear. Let's see what you have to say.
Nikki was right about Rock Nation going bankrupt.
We needed $40 million.
Leaked home surveillance footage from July of 2023. Founder of Rock Nation, Desiree Perez, confirmed everything Nicki Minaj was saying about the company possibly going bankrupt. About 1 year after this footage was recorded, these tweets were put out in the Twitterverse by Nicki. He initially said their bank accounts hate to see the Barb's and Nicki tour and Nicki Deluxe album coming, hunty, bankrupt teens, you're fired, paying the blog. And if you look at the top, she says that's why they're going bankrupt. Now, in this leaked home surveillance footage, you can hear Desiree speaking to her daughter about Rock Nation being sink or swim right after COVID had taken place.
During the COVID stuff, when everything shut down, my overhead
claimed she had a $260 million overhead and needed a $40 million loan just to keep Rock Nation afloat during COVID, and that she reached out to a multi-millionaire in order to get that loan, but I don't think it was able to ever be secured. So she had to use cash flow in order to offset the debt.
And I paid with cash flow.
Obviously, she was successful in doing this thing that she is still the co-founder of Rock Nation. Somebody actually had a press conference in front of 20,000 of their employees saying that they wish that people ran companies like she runs Rock Nation. This entire situation is also interesting because two things can definitely be true at once. Rock Nation definitely could have been going bankrupt in the past, obviously been confirmed by Desiree Perez. Nicki Minaj speculated back in 2024. It could be doing fine now in 2025, as we know they do have a couple of popular acts. And Desiree went on to say how Rock Nation is a sink or swim type of environment. And I'm curious to know what you guys think regarding this. Let me know down in the comments, y'all. Peace.
Wow. Now he broke it down a little bit more just in case people didn't get that first clip. So this is the same lady during that little meeting where he met with the NFL team when he was being brought on board to take, charge of the halftime show. And he said, we behind kneeling. Remember that? She was the lady sitting behind him. If y'all remember that clip, that was her. So
Yep.
she has always been there. And Nicki Minaj has been spilling the tea on him for years.
Yes, she
But
has.
the reason I haven't said anything or even requoted what Nicki Minaj says because of her past. It's a little sketchy. Never mind. We're going to go ahead and let that ride. So it's hard for me to, validate anything that she has to say. But you know what? Crackheads and whoever drug addicts don't always lie. You can't judge their, shortcomings as characterizing them as liars. And I know they'll make really good witnesses because of their, shortcomings, but it doesn't mean they don't tell the truth sometimes, especially when they're down. You have nothing but the truth. So I'm assuming Nicki Minaj is doing this. Remember, she had a problem with her boy, Lil Wayne, not being told to play in his hometown for the halftime show. Remember that whole scandal?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So she has always had beef. Now, I'm surprised that nothing has really happened to her because, Jay-Z has a habit of blacklisting people or killing people. You see how he pretty much treated Kanye West. As soon as Kanye West stepped out of line, you see what he did to him. And then, so matter of fact, I just released a video not too long ago of Beyonce and Sean Paul and what he did to Sean Paul's career. It's crazy. So you guys should.
Beyonce had a crush on Sean Paul. That's why he did what he did to his career.
Yeah, and remember Beyonce was young and Jay-Z was in his 30s. Remember, her loyalty was like a daughter and a father. So she probably felt she had to listen to him. See, that's where it's confusing, I think, that she gets now. We would think now that she's in her 40s, she has some sense, but I guess you're brainwashed since she was a teenager, hence Celine Dion. I guess your loyalty doesn't go away, But it was
Look
told.
at what happened to Celine Dion. Oh my goodness, what is she going through?
Well, she's still acting like a widow, and she's still praising her late husband, whom she was brainwashed and pretty much molded since she was 12 years old, and he was in his 30s.
And too, there's the whole thing of her eating like human flesh. Maybe that's why she got that, what is it, stiff person's disease that they're saying. First of all, I have never heard of anything like that before in my life. Stiff person's disease.
Really?
That's brand new.
I've never heard of that either. But I don't think it's stiff person's disease. I mean, her conditions And the way she was freezing up in her documentary, we talking about Celine Dion here, it looked like she was having a seizure.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, but she said it was her condition with this stiff person's disease. I'm like, girl, you need to put a medical title on the fact that you already stiff. We already know she's stiff already. I don't know if that's even the same category. I'm just saying, I don't know if that's the same thing, but I'm just saying. I mean,
no offense, but I thought Celine Dion was on drugs at first. I didn't. Because look how skinny she is. She looks bad to be in her 50s.
She said it was her stiff person.
Like she's on heroin or meth or something.
Yeah. I was like, what's going on, girl? Her voice.
She do. All she looked like, she just looked like a hanger with a head on it.
Yeah. I was like, okay, when are you gonna get your life together, girl?
Girl, let me tell y'all something, ladies. Everyone, remember when her husband died, she was only in her 40s.
Mm-hmm.
That's still in your prime.
True.
You would think,
you'd
be like, I'm free. Let's go in the park. I would have been that. I mean, been with this man since I was 12 years old.
And he has passed dead already. Like, come on now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You mean to tell me she didn't like have somebody on the side?
I would have had something, been with this man. No, but she didn't do that. She praised him and honored his death. And every time his death is brought up or his memory, she gets sad. I'm like, talk about brainwashed to the fullest.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Sick. Okay. Comment in the comment section. Stacy is saying, I can't believe at the time, hold on here. Let me put it up here. I can't believe at the time these music video giants showed these young teens in a matter. Yeah, I know. It was very sick, Stacy. Jay-Z on Busta Rhymes went to Westinghouse High School in Brooklyn, and it's all vocational, not Blizz. Okay. She said they went to Westinghouse High School. Okay. That relationship between Hove and B is coming to a drastic. I hope it comes to a drastic end. So Stacy said that Jay-Z and Busta Rhymes went to Westinghouse High School in Brooklyn. Huh? What you guys say?
I said I hope so too, because like they have like I think that they've, kind of gotten as much out of the relationship as they could. And I think they should really go their separate ways, honestly, because he's gonna bring her down. She's gonna go to jail with him if anything.
Because they're gonna expect her to be doing some foul play along with him, which I will not be surprised if she did.
True.
But if Beyonce never did that, she should get out immediately.
I don't know.
She really should.
She don't seem like the brightest cat. I mean, she's no Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian would have dropped Jay-Z ass a long time ago.
She sure would have.
I think she's not that bright because I think
she's naive.
She's still naive at 40-something years old. Like, come on, dude, wake up at some point.
I think she might have a touch. I think she might be on the spectrum, if I'm being honest here.
She's on something. He probably is.
She needs to get off the spectrum and get some sense and to leave this relationship before it's too late.
You guys remember? I don't know who said. I don't know if it was Jagger White or someone. Someone said that Jay-Z has been drugging Beyonce for years. Y'all remember that?
I believe that.
I think so. I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I heard that too.
I mean, just think about that. I mean, her brain could be so scrambled. I mean, the girl act like a puppet. Literally, we need money. Yeah. She's torn.
I remember this picture where she was wearing like a green dress or something, and her head was hanging or something, like she was drunk or something. Yeah. But you might be on to something because I think she was probably drugged while she was getting in that car. Yeah, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my God, I hope Beyonce woke up. I hope she's okay. Because I was really scared for her because she could have been, SA'd or something. And I was really scared for her safety.
Yeah. You think Jay-Z was that though? He seemed a little bit overprotective. I don't think he would probably allow someone to run a train on her. That I could say, honestly. He seemed a bit territorial, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm not
who knows? He could have pulled a Diddy on her
But I mean, maybe he would be okay with it if, because you know the rumors are out there that she swings both ways. She likes girls too.
I know. I heard she like girls more than she like men too.
Yeah, like I feel like that whole relationship might be a lavender relationship, honestly.
Something. I don't know if she gonna leave him because the paparazzi or TMZ, one of them just released a photo of them in Washington D.C. looking at a show together and dancing. You know, like boom.
Well, they gotta sell it. You know, they gotta sell the whole fact that I'm gonna stand by my man.
That's true. That's true. Oh, keep a pin on that because it's something I need to say in terms of that elevator situation. I just want to see if you ladies can agree with me. We're gonna see this last clip.
Why is it that Nicki Minaj is so invested in what's happening to you?
So I know. I haven't spoken to her, by the way. So I'm going to put that on the record. I have not been in direct contact with her. Would love to. I think she's standing up for me because she has been through some trauma and some abuse with Rock Nation, with Desert Perez, with other individuals. What I can say about that is I've witnessed and heard a lot of things. Again, it's hearsay, right? So that's why I'm not even going to go into detail with that. If I have the opportunity to speak with Nicki, would love to connect with her on that. I've kind of seen, just like you firsthand, how they've they've abused her. They've abused of her platform. They've abused of her talent.
Yeah.
They've abused of her freedom of speech. They've abused her family. They've attacked her husband. They've attacked her child. And it's sad. It's really sad. Somebody so resourceful, talented, high profile as Nicki Minaj being targeted.
Yeah.
It should really scare the American people. It should really scare you guys too, right? Because I'm the daughter, so it's like at this point it's happening to me. I think she's really outspoken, and I'm grateful that she's being outspoken on it because I think she's almost seeing it like, well, it happened to me, it's happening to her. Let me speak up on it. Nobody is safe right now, and she's fed up. I think she's fed up because she's been through a lot.
She even specified that everything that they're doing to you and that they have been doing to you, that they've been doing for years. She specified in her tweets talking about the way they were going in and manipulating her social media, shadow banning what she had to say, taking her stuff down. She even said that she's not releasing music this year because of all the efforts that allegedly Rock Nation has been doing to sabotage her. And even if you go back, her old manager, Deb, was offered $5 million to abandon her on tour and try to sabotage her entire tour.
I think that
what?
Her. Wow. I think that they have abused their influence and their power to tarnish Nicki Minaj's image. I mean, I heard just like all of you rumors that were going around that she was a drug addict. The Nicki Minaj that I grew up listening to and love and admire, never in my life suspected had a drug addiction.
Yeah, I never.
So when that was circulating, I was like, well, you know, where is that coming from? And then I was like, well, you know, that's kind of far fetched. And then look at what happened to me. I got accused of being a drug addict as well.
And me.
I had the scientific proof. I'm sure Nicki probably has the scientific proof as well. I don't have her proof. I can't speak on her experience, and I don't want to. That's why I hope to connect with her because would love to hear her firsthand experience on that. But as an outsider looking in with parallels to my case, right about her situation, it's concerning, it's frightening, and I do think there is enough to speculate, allegedly, that Rock Nation probably, most likely, abused their platform and their influence to kind of, tarnish Nicki Minaj's image. Yeah.
As someone that has paid very close attention to everything that has happened to her, especially, I believe now 5 times, her home has been swatted, which this is such an issue when it comes to just the way that children are being harmed and traumatized in this situation. From everything that, I believe it was your nephew saw, everything that Nicki Minaj's son saw. Imagine being a toddler and you have the SWAT team coming in with guns because people are. I don't think that's a prank. I think that it takes something much more targeted to get the SWAT team to be showing up to your house, raiding your home when you're just sitting there minding your business in the middle of the night.
Wow. Yeah, it gets dirty. Now, here's the deal. Now, with this particular situation, back in the day, not that far, I was accused of the same thing when I was hitting those 3-digit Ks and making all that money. They was calling me a drug addict. They were calling me all these crazy rumors. That's when they was shutting down my channel left and freaking right. Yes, and I was being followed. It was crazy. So everything that they're going through, I went through. This is what Jay-Z does. This is what he does. Him and his little cronies, this is what he does. Now, in terms of what I was about to say earlier here, okay, that I told you guys to put a pin on, and I don't remember what the hell I was going to say. I should have said it.
Yeah, the stand by your man thing, and Nelly being a Scorpio, just like Sean Combs. That's what I remember.
Oh my goodness, we gotta stop this as women. We gotta get out of this whole phase, especially when we get older. As women, we should know better because we went through this, and we should set an example to the younger women not to get involved with men that are very narcissistic. This is the problem that we're having now with women caping for men, because women are taught to, like, stay in your relationship, don't say a word, hush up,
We're
stand
taught
by
to
him.
pursue men. We're taught to, like, make men the center of our world, and that's the wrong thing to do. We should be teaching our young girls, young women, to center ourselves, to love ourselves more than putting up with the BS that they're going to give to us, because that's exactly what they're going to do.
Right.
And this is for some, not all, but definitely more than enough. There are some guys out there that just feel like women are supposed to cater to them. And there's guys like my ex who wanted me to basically be like his mama because he didn't like his mother. And he wanted me to take her place, which I thought was just crazy shit.
Yeah, some men do that because they have mama issues.
Yeah. So ladies, run for the fucking hills. Save yourselves. Do not do that.
For the hills. Oh my gosh. You know what? Yeah, definitely. But I'm hoping that this new age definitely wake up some stuff. And not around the subject of this new age here.
Mm-hmm.
There seemed to be a Diddy's fever. Despite all of his past dirt, psychotic dirt. I mean, come on now. I know most of you have heard the verdict, and I know many of you also heard the chaos and celebration outside the courtrooms from Diddy's paid and non-paid little people here. I mean, they were celebrating and putting baby oil on themselves, and even Tisa Tales got cursed out by an influencer.
She sure did.
She got cursed out. Now, Tisa is a Scorpio. We're gonna get into the zodiacs in just a moment here. I got a clip for you. Now, this particular clip here is of a young lady who, I'm just gonna show this disgusting clip. Trigger warning.
Oh, what was she doing?
These are y'all people.
Is she okay?
I swear it's like something out of the Boondocks.
Did she have on a wig before she took off her hair?
Yeah, she took off her wig. That was a blue wig she had on.
And she got on underwear. Oh God. Okay. Is this how it is in New York?
I never been to New York. I never lived in New York, so I don't know.
I haven't either, but you know what? I really do want to live there. I'm not even gonna hold you. I really do want to live there.
Does this change your mind?
Well, I mean, you can, like, as long as you're not affected by stuff like this, like, because this stuff like this, I'm kind of used to, because there's like some people like in my neighborhood that have exhibited some like aspects of this. So I'm not really all that surprised. But I was just kind of shocked that they allowed for her whole boob to come out and that not be censored on YouTube, because YouTube loves censoring the hell out of it.
Don't say that, because it probably should be.
Girl,
so the hacking on my channel allowed me to get away with it.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Oh my
here's
God.
here's another one. I'm not
I
done
just
yet.
why I asked, is this woman on drugs? Like, what is she doing?
Yeah, she on drugs. You know, she's not in her right mind. Nobody in their right mind is gonna sit out there in her underwear and her little pouring. Nope, she's on drugs.
Yeah, she has to
And
be.
this
There's no
was
other
this
way.
recent? Because it says July 2nd.
Yes. Well, I don't remember. When was his verdict? That was when the verdict, the verdict was read. That was July 2nd, wasn't it, guys?
I think it was July 2nd. Yeah.
Yeah. That was recent. Yep. Now
And
here's
that's
another.
what oh my God!
Either
Is that
she
the whole
was
reason
on
why
drugs
she's
or
doing
she
that?
just forgot drugs.
I don't know. I don't know her background. All I know is I'm gonna be honest with you. I grew up in the pits of the ghetto, like roaches, all the 9 yards, honey. And this young lady here, she is definitely on drugs, and she's not in her right mind. And from what I heard, is not uncommon in New York for them to do this.
It sure isn't.
So she is. I'm just gonna go ahead and let that go because that's very sad. All right, I'm not done yet. Here we go. See this man here?
And there's another
He's
one.
not on drugs. He just.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Something's wrong with him too.
He probably just high though. She's on drugs. Wow. And you know, a lot of these people are probably paid. You do know that, right?
Yeah, they probably are.
Like
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
They were paying
They're
people
probably
$100 to wear the t-shirt. So, oh my God. And here's a little clip of Tisa, who seriously just skyrocketed on YouTube and everywhere, thanks to her Scorpio sign. And she is a very, very talented young lady. And not to mention, she's very gorgeous. So that's a plus factor.
Oh, I seen this one on Lovely T's clip.
Yes.
And, oh my God, this is wild.
Yes. Yeah. But she handled herself beautifully. So that was really good. That was really good. Before I start, I have a question. Is that a real hair? I know I shouldn't ask that, but I'm so curious.
I can't.
I
No,
want to
I
say
can't
yeah.
see it.
I want to say yes.
You
I
sure?
gotta look
You
up
sure it's
photos
not a
of it.
ponytail? You know those, clip pony, whatever you call those ponytails.
Oh, those clip-ons? I don't know. It looked real to me. I don't know.
You know the tie ponytails you put, tie on, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Those ponytails back in the day, or whatever day it was. I don't know. Anyway, you can never tell because she's already light skinned. You can kind of assume that she's mixed, but you don't really know these. You can't tell these days.
I don't know.
He's talking about this fight, and he's like, that talking about this fight. This is very nice.
Wow.
You bullied Diddy. You bullied his family. You bullied Diddy's entire family.
Are you guys seeing this?
Yes, I seen this.
That is crazy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bruh, you're not gonna get paid by going, taking up for him.
I think that's a hair picture, guys.
I remember him. What's his name?
Morali or something like that, I think.
Mm-hmm. He has a YouTube channel, huh?
Yeah, and a Twitter.
Breaks out Ratchet TV tells she bullied Diddy. Why she bully Diddy? Why she get singled out of all the thousands of people talking about Diddy right now?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something with
gas-
and I don't mean to start gender war with you, but when it comes to Black women speaking out on the Diddy trial and talking against Diddy, Black men go into a frenzy. They don't like it when we don't they don't like it when they get called out on their BS. And I'm sorry, most Black men are like Diddy. They want to get away with stuff like, harassing women, essaying women, drugging women, They support stuff like that, and I'm just like, oh my god, what is going on in our society today where we have people that support a man that is as trafficking women.
Yes. You can say sex trafficking on YouTube.
Okay, I just didn't want to take down your channel.
Yeah, TikTok, YouTube, you can actually say sex trafficking.
Oh my goodness, like it's crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
I know. Let me tell you, this gentleman, I think he's probably using her for clout. I do think he's doing that.
He's definitely doing that.
Yeah, by starting this little fight he got going on here. Now, you guys need to understand this. And I talked about this obsession with Diddy on a few live programs and in a few videos I did on the new age. Please remember that Sean Combs is a Scorpio. When you watch that video, so you have that extra infatuation on him despite his shortcomings. Remember, the last age was Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. A lot of those people, I mean, look what happened to Trump. I talked about him throughout his entire video. A lot of dirt he did got overlooked because that veil was put on people, the extra infatuation. That was with that age there. Unless the person is truly genuine and pure-hearted, that infatuation about them would still linger on because their inner beauty and inner innocence would still shine. But if they're dirty on the inside, and they was just getting the veil put on their heads, and every one of their fans got the veil put on their heads and eyes, that veil will be lifted in this new age of Aquarius. And this age of Aquarius, Leo, which is opposite of Aquarius, and Scorpio and Taurus. As I said, Diddy is a Scorpio. Tisa Tales is a Scorpio. So therefore, her sky, in terms of the limit where she's going to go, in terms of her skyrocketing to the top or whatever, it depends how far she want to go, depending how she's able to handle all this. I don't know if she can handle this overwhelmingly amount of attention. She seemed to be a kind of girl to me that don't really hang in crowds, so to speak. I don't really watch a lot of her live shows. I really don't. But when I do see her, she seemed to be by herself a lot. So she probably one of those kind of people which is good. That's actually a good thing. That would keep the rumors down. You know what I'm saying? But however, this new age will heighten this infatuation. That's why you're seeing, just like the last age, same thing happened with Trump and Diddy and Jay-Z and Beyonce and all the rest of them dirtbags and Donald Trump. They will praise this person despite them being bad or not. But this also will help you detect losers. If people are still defending Diddy after everything you heard about this monster, you probably want to run for the fucking hills. Because that means this man or woman is not a person you want to be around. Because they believe in domestic violence and prostitution and treating women like disposable Kleenexes. They're not a kind of person you even want to be friends with. This SOB is cussing out Tisa, whether he's doing it for fake, I don't know, because he feels that we are bullying Diddy. Despite all the shit he heard about this man, he is still defending this monster. Okay, all right, that's what he's doing. So that means that you like to beat on women and pee on them and treat them like shit. Okay, thank you. That's probably why you probably more than likely single, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move because he's pissing me off with that. I don't like how he was doing this. He was calling her. That pissed me off right there. I didn't like that at all. She's just doing her job. She's doing her job. And he's acting like a fucking asshole. Let me just keep it moving here because we do have a little bit more to show right here. I'm going to show you guys this clip from the age of the new age. I actually put this video together. It should be on my list of videos because I feel a lot of you have forgotten about the new age or you don't understand it. Do you? I know Quiet Storm, you understand it, but Betterment. I'm sorry. Do you understand it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe in it?
Believe in what? I'm sorry.
The new age.
The new age. You mean the Aquarius?
Yeah, in the old age. The eclipse.
I'm kind of in between because I don't know nothing about that. So, because I'm not into zodiacs like that, but
Yeah.
I do believe in Bible prophecy though.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
The location of that Bible prophecy is definitely forthcoming. All right, but let me just show this last clip here, and then we're gonna call it a day with this live show.
Yeah.
Crazy ass people. They're crazy as hell, I'm telling you.
As you all know, we are in a transition to a new age of Aquarius, air and east, Leo, fire and south, Taurus, earth and north, and Scorpio, water and west. From the last ages of Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. This indicates that the influence and strength of these new age signs are just beginning to manifest. The impact of the previous signs was equally potent. The infatuation, hence celebrities and people of these signs, and the praises, hence Christianity, that came out during the age of Pisces. And the loyalty of these signs were insane. I was particularly caught up in the influence of the top signs of Pisces and Virgo, especially during my time as a devoted Christian. All my exes, and there weren't many, they were of older age. Yes, one Gemini, my husband, and one Pisces. I was obsessed with him. I craved him. And Sagittarius was among my exes. When I started to become more spiritual, the infatuation and idolatry veil faded, and I was able to see all of them clearly. Imagine the pain Cassie, a Virgo, must have felt knowing that signs alike, such as Beyonce and Michael Jackson, who are also Virgos, continue to receive worship. They were being idolized like gods and goddesses, still are, kind of. Thanks to the time glitches and manipulation after the election, many of us felt it, like something definitely shift. Hell, poor Cassie was preyed on like a sex object. Diddy was obsessed. He craved her blood, urine, everything. Rihanna is a Pisces. Men craved her and still do, and worship her. She has achieved such enormous success that she is now a billionaire without school training or years of mastering her craft of Fenty. Kanye and Donald Trump, who are both Geminis, had many flaws that are overlooked for so many years until now. Heck, they became billionaires despite all their shit. Now, we are in the dawn of this new age of Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. The people of these zodiac signs, dead or alive, are being worshipped again, especially the top two signs, Aquarius and Leo. Just like the passing age was of Pisces and Virgo, they were all and will be worshipped. Alicia Keys is in Aquarius. Her songs are being played on heavy rotation again. So is Megan Thee Stallion, despite all the legal crap that she's going through. I would say more, but Aquarians love their solitude and privacy. They don't care for the spotlight. The Leo signs are Meghan Markle, Jennifer Lopez, Barack Obama, Sandra Bullock, Lawrence Fishburne, Vivica Fox, Michael Ealy, D.B. Woodside, Megan Good, Viola Davis, Mila Kunis, Halle Berry, and the list goes on. They will be worshipped like the passing age of Virgo, primarily because Aquarians don't care for it. Malcolm X, pioneer, civil rights activist, gave his life in revealing the truth to his people. He was a Taurus. His teachings are being recovered and preached again. Not to mention the Scorpios, who are Ryan Reynolds, Drake, Sierra, Frank Ocean, Julia Roberts, Rihanna Ryder, Gabrielle Union, Tracy Ellis Ross, Willow Smith, Kendall Jenner, Matthew McConaughey, and so on. All signs are making a comeback after the last roller coaster of hits and misses and emotional hell in the previous 5 to 10 years. Trust me, I know. But please note, if they built their success and their achievements based on lies, manipulation, and deceit, they will crumble within this new age of innovation and the truth. They will not succeed. They will forever hit roadblocks because they're not authentic. This is the age of authenticity and truth. If you're not one of the other or both, you will crumble. Now, however, the sign that will be affected the most is Aquarius. They will be worshipped like Christianity and Jesus in the age of Pisces, which sucks because they love their solitude. So the opposite sign, Leo, will pick up that spotlight for them and won't mind it, okay? And of course, right along with Scorpio and Taurus. But Leo would be hit the most, almost as equivalent to their opposite sign, Aquarius. Oh, yes. Just like the passing age, Pisces, and opposite sign, Virgo, was hit. Yeah, they would be hit. Leos will be hit just as the same. Oh, quick note. Look out for energy vampires. They will try and steal your essence. Meditate more and carry obsidian crystals. They're good for blocking negative energies. To be continued. Don't forget to subscribe, like, follow, and share. Thanks.
And that's it for we have in terms of that particular whatever you want to call it. Are you guys
doing Libra? I'm a Libra. There's no Libras.
Oh, well, the Libras, no, but we are currently in eclipse in terms of the old age and the new age. Libras, Cancers, Capricorns, and Aries. You guys should be happy. Because
I'm trying to be, because that's my rising sign. I'm a Cancer rising Saggy. So
yeah,
I'm trying to be happy.
The reason being because you're not affected by some cosmic or some unknown or unseen whatever forces in terms of your character. So whatever you put out would be genuine, and whatever you did, it won't be affected by some other source. So I think that is a good thing, because if you are genuinely a good person and you are genuinely a nice person, but you have a bunch of freaking haters, or for that matter, if you're trying to build up a fan base, but you don't know if this fan base is being authentic or not because it's being affected by this new age, old age bullshit, that will pretty much drive you freaking rugged. So to have the authentic, pure effect of no other beings, entities, powers, gotta be so freaking happy and just heaven for you guys. I would not want any of this. This whole thing that they're saying is going to happen, and we are currently seeing right now with Diddy, Tisha Tells, and all the other signs that I was telling you about. You see it. You know something is going on here. I mean, Meghan Markle is being idolized like a goddess, which she is. Lizzo is being put out in the world again, despite whatever she may have done. Jennifer Lopez is the Leo. Okay, she lost her tour before, but now she's going back on tour, despite the fact she's Hispanic and her people are being shipped off other places. Chris Brown, he's a talented man next to Michael Jackson. Despite all his dirt, he's been praised again and actually being compared to Michael Jackson. Yeah. And we have Candace Owens, despite her rocky reputation, she's been talked about a lot, and on her way is getting a network show. She's a Taurus. Chris Brown is a Taurus.
I do want to point out that Trump is a Leo rising Gemini too. Not for nothing.
Oh, that explains so much. Oh, fuck. You know how hard it's going to get rid of him? Not only does he have that Gemini passing phase infatuation, but now he has the Leo coming phase infatuation.
Yeah. And I hope that they both damn go, because I'm tired of them. I really am.
Me too.
Yeah, and this big, beautiful bill, or I have to say BS bill, it's got it's like you said, like it's going to affect everybody. Like millions of Americans are going to lose health care. They're going to lose Social Security. It's going to affect everybody. That big, I don't know why they call it a big beautiful bill when it's pretty ugly.
Yeah, you want to. Yeah, he just said that to get them to, sign it or whatever. Like they're not going to read it. Like these fools didn't go to college. I mean, he's so dumb.
Yeah, I was like, when MTG, like She's talking about, oh, if I did it, if I would have read it, I would not sign. I'm like, you dummy. When somebody puts a bill on your desk, you read it right away. Like, come on, girl, you can't be that dumb.
I mean, you can at least get like, like what do they call it? That app, Natural Reader, where they can like put it into the computer so it can read it for you while you're doing whatever it is you're doing, so that you'll make an informed decision. This is exactly why I do not respect politicians. They're not reading. They're just going with the flow. They're either being peer pressured. They're either just because they like Trump so daggone much, they're willing to just sign off, and just throw us all into World War III, which is what we're entering into right now. And this bill, this big buffalo ass bill, is nothing more than an extension of his ego.
Yep. Like
Period.
Extension of other areas too.
That's what it is.
Yeah, like there's an impeachment going on right now for Trump, and I don't know. Well, let's just hope that it's successful. All we can do is just pray on it, and
it's going to blow up in his face. Everything that he put into place, it's going to blow up in his face. He just does not realize how bad it's going to be.
None of the billionaires know. Like, it's going to blow up in all their faces.
Yeah, definitely.
It's already blowing up in Elon's face. What do you think is going to happen to the rest of them?
And that's the whole thing too with Elon Muskrat. Like, how come he hasn't been brought up on charges? How come nobody's been knocking on his door and saying, hey, you just admitted to doing a crime? Like, that should be a crime. Like buying votes.
Yeah.
Making sure that a certain vote goes in a certain direction, that has to be illegal.
Yeah, that is a crime. Yeah, it is a crime. But you have to understand, they're protecting the billionaires. If you have money, you're protected. If you don't, then sayonara. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It is not the same playing field as it will as it is happened to us. So, and it never will be. It was never on an equal footing because we're the lower class and they're pretty much the rich. They can buy some of them can buy their way out of jail.
Yep. Well, at least they'll try.
Yeah.
And considering Trump, I didn't know he was a Leo as well. Considering he has that effect, that explains why he has not traded off. You would think it would trade it off because the age is passing, but now I see why it has not. He still have that effect on people, as you saw with the Diddy situation. So,
yeah.
But in the meantime, zodiac signs, just like in the last age, again, they will get the limelight, especially the pure-hearted ones. The evil ones will become exposed, publicly humiliated, in a very public humiliated way. I mean, you see what's happening again with Meghan Markle and so on and so forth with these people. So again, just because Trump is part of the new age doesn't mean he's not going to be exposed. It just be very public, and it'd be very And I'd be happy to see it because he has lost his damn mind. I'm telling you that right now.
I think they said that he's going through Alzheimer's or something. Like he's be speaking, like when you hear him speak, his speech is very slurred.
Yeah, why are you always sitting down all the time?
He's like his voice. He's when he talks like this.
Well, he got to rest them biscuity wide hips of his, and he's 79 years old too.
He's almost 80 years old, almost.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like Trump don't look so good. Like judging by his
orange, look good. He was never fine.
Yeah, he don't look so good at all. It looks like his health is declining.
Yeah,
so
stroke in his sleep.
I'll give him a year before he passes away.
I actually give him until the end of this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He's not going to survive, and I bet you they're gonna get
and I say that too
up there.
Huh?
They're going to get JD Vance to become the next president. I don't think
he's worse.
No, Like that's the whole plan.
Serial killer vibe. I don't know about
I
any
know,
of you.
right? They both creepy as hell. Let me read some of these comments. Okay.
Yeah.
It says Stacy is saying you can't throw dirt and expect it not to blow back in your face. We're living in 360 cipher that will complete actual fact. We are definitely living in fact times, Stacy. Definitely living in those times. Felon said, "Hey, truth, Aries right here." Okay.
Oh, and speaking of which, did you know that Diddy, he was an Aries rising Scorpio? So that's like, you know, fire and gasoline right there.
That also explains why his starlight is crumbling so much, because he don't have that little extra like Trump has.
Yeah. And he's a Virgo moon, if I'm not mistaken.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Have you looked at JD Vance's wife and how she's looking?
Stress?
Yes.
What is he doing to her?
Girl, like most incels do. Like probably
getting ready to put her in a box someday. I would imagine.
And probably ready to deport her. You know she's Indian, right?
Oh, poor girl.
He's probably getting ready to deport her, because most men, they're gonna take advantage of this whole deportation. Yep. And
ready to deport her so she can be compliant.
Yeah, and get rid of their illegal wife, and they're gonna replace them with another illegal woman.
Nobody in America have enough sense to be with that.
Probably with an illegal man. Let's be honest about that. That's a lavender relationship too. Come on now.
Yeah, it definitely is. And I know you guys saw the forced kiss of Melania and Trump during the 4th of July little.
Oh yeah.
She looks so disgusted.
She looked like she wanted to toss her cookies.
She's like,
she don't look good either.
Because she got with him at a young age.
Yeah,
and now it's, now he's, and she's still, so she's like, ew, disgusting. And I hear that she's cheating. I heard she's been cheating on him for years. I think I did a video back in the day, and the Republicans tore me a new ass on the comment section. I had to take it down. But I dived deep that she was having an affair with someone in their building. She was standing at Trump Tower or whatever with Trump, I'm not sure. And she had an affair with someone at that time, and she's been having an affair with him for a long time. I'm not sure if they're still sleeping with each other, but that's what I heard. So this immigration could be personal to Trump.
Yeah, he could, like, because I heard that she came here on an Epstein, what is it, visa or something like that, from Russia, and she has not earned it at all. I don't know if she's a U.S. citizen yet, but if she's not,
no, she still got that visa. Trump is currently saving her right now, and I'm sure he's using every advantage that he has to threaten her deportation.
Do you think that he'll make her have an accident too, like he did Ivanka?
Yep. If she don't do it to him first.
Yeah.
She's saying, she's a Scorpio.
Yeah,
she's a Taurus.
I thought she was a Scorpio.
Melania?
Yeah, Melania. She's a Scorpio, isn't she? She got to be. I think she's a Scorpio.
Melania is a Taurus.
Hold on. Let me look it up. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm on my phone right now. I'll look it up. Wait a minute.
Okay. Yeah, but she looks like she's over him. Like she don't want to be
over him, but she got with him. Yeah, that was
And my thing is, girl, like if you could divorce Trump a long time ago if you did not like his old ass anymore, because it looks like he's one step away from being in a convalescent home.
Well, I think because at the time, he is, this was what the Congress people were talking about, that Trump, and I talked about this in my last live show, one of them shows, where he kind of bribe or use his Gemini age, maneuver capabilities and power to get the immigration to give her an Einstein visa, which she does not live up to. So he persuaded them to do that. He persuaded them to do that in order to keep her in his country. So he's more than likely holding that among everything else over her head every time she wanted to leave, because she got with him during his upper year age, where it would have been probably hard for him to. Well, you get what I'm saying. So he's
like
probably,
in an apprentice, right? Like
yeah.
she came here when he was doing the apprentice.
I think it was before then. Wasn't it before then though? I think it was.
No, because it says she came to the United States in
98?
2000, 2001 or something like that.
No,
What do
she
you
came
think
in the
about
United States in
their son?
98. She came to the United States in 1998.
Oh, okay. What do you think about her son Baron?
I think her son. I honestly, if he'd been predominantly raised by Melania, and Melania shows signs that she can't stand Trump, we can assume that her son Baron is like the rest of the spoiled, ungrateful, bougie, silly, dumb, crazy kids. We gotta assume that he is not like that. But then again, I did some shows last year where staff around Melania was exposing. Matter of fact, some of them even spoke at one of Kamala Harris's rallies, where one of the staff said, "Okay, there's a riot. People are, getting, hurt or whatever." She said, "Who cares?" Melania told her, "Who cares?"
Oh, wow.
So, yes. So I don't know. I've been hearing for quite a while that Melania is not the nicest person you think she is. She's just as evil as Trump. So she probably don't give a shit.
That would explain the whole Taurus energy. Like, because she did wear that jacket, remember? Like, yes. I don't care. Do you? Or something like that.
And she had that Rose Garden paved over, too. She don't give a fuck about American history.
No, she doesn't. That's why I knew Melania was not the nicest person. So I was like, yeah, she needs to be deported because she is not a citizen here.
You're right. She's a Taurus, yeah. Yeah, she's definitely not a citizen. And I think Trump has been kind of keeping her around threatening to do that. And now with this bill, it doesn't really say anything about, this bill kind of giving a leeway, although I didn't read anything too strategic about that. But he already getting away with immigration and all the other stuff already. So I'm sure he's holding that over her head. And that's another reason why she's being compliant. I think she's stuck with him. She is stuck with him, unfortunately. She is definitely stuck with him.
I almost feel bad for her if I didn't know that she was just such a cold individual.
You know who I really feel bad for, and she's not on national TV a lot. What's her name? I don't know her name, but it's JD Vance's wife. I only feel bad for her.
Oh yeah, we just talking about. Oh yes,
I feel so bad for her.
You know, he compensates.
She's dressing terribly. She dresses terrible.
Cause she's probably covering her bruises all over her body.
Probably is.
Yeah, because he's feeling himself right now. Because he's lacking in other areas, so he's feeling himself right now.
He probably cheated on her too.
Yeah, I'm sure whoever he cheated on her with, he probably paid her a lot of money because no one would be willing to do anything with JD Vance to have 8 freaking cents.
Hey, you may never know. Some younger women are desperate.
Yeah, when it comes to the dollar bill, like you gonna pay my rent bill, nobody's gonna be willing to drop no underwear for this sorry ass man. In their right mind. I mean, come on, look at him. He looked like he's lacking. Any man who has to go out his way to show his power and dominance is making up for lacking areas.
Oh,
and that's a proven fact.
That's right.
If you are with it and you are with it, you are with it morally, all of it. You don't need to do extra stuff to prove your damn self. So JD Vance, Donald Trump, Diddy, Jay-Z, and all the rest of the little knuckleheads, they know where they can go. Okay.
They're older men. You got to think about it. They're older men, so their sex drive go down when they get older. Probably around like 45 or something like that. Their sex drive starts to go down.
Around 50. Around 50 it is. 50. Yeah.
50, okay. So 50, their sex drive goes down and they start to lose sperm count.
And they have to take, supplements and things of that nature, like Jay-Z is probably doing at the moment.
Yeah, in order to keep it up. But other than that, nah.
Beyonce, please. She's still not gonna do anything. That girl is stuck. I'm sorry. I don't have no confidence and Beyonce. I don't see her waking up. She's nothing like the song she sings.
No,
She has
like that
she's not.
Lemonade
She's really
album.
not.
Oh, I just remember, and we're gonna close with here. I just remember. Thank you guys for everything, for being a co-host. If you guys want to co-host again, I don't mind. Now listen.
Of course, I would love it.
We gonna, here's what we need to understand here, and please tell me if you guys agree with me here, because a lot of people are listening to us like podcasts right now. But listen, do you guys remember the elevator situation?
Yes.
Yeah,
I play that in my mind all the time. I cannot get over it.
Okay. Now I am I've been abused in the past, domestically, emotionally, the whole 9 yards. Not to the point where I'm freezing up, no, but I've seen other women who have had a long history of being abused, and children who's been, abused by their parents as well. Now, there's a demeanor that you take. Now, I watch a lot of these reality shows, like crime shows and cops, stuff like that on Hulu. I love true crime. I would love to start talking about that more. But anyway, here's what you guys need to understand here.
Mm-hmm.
When a wife or child or individual is with a significant other or have someone who has been physically abused, a wife, and I said this several times, a spouse, child, whatever, but we're going to say spouse for now. If a spouse is not physically afraid of their spouse, they will know how to calm their spouse down. They will not be scared to be like, babe, you're doing too much. Calm down. Even when he is highest, because she is not in fear of him hitting her. She knows she can't calm him down. That's a key sign that man is not abusive, because your wife is able to calm him down. But if a spouse freezes up and stands there when their husband is yelling at your sister with the bodyguard there, those are sure signs of a wife who is afraid of their husband wrath in their hand if she speaks up. So she stands there. I have saw children, when their parents get really loud, they freeze. I have saw other spouses, when their husbands get really loud, the wife is the quietest person in the room. They're not saying anything. There's like, I'm not getting into this. I'm going to, Beyonce in that elevator gave me sure signs of someone who has long history of being physically abused by Jay-Z, because during that little argument with Jay-Z and Solange, she stood there frozen with her head down because she was afraid to speak up.
Right.
She showed signs of someone who was afraid to get in the middle. Now, if she wanted to, there was an elevator. They didn't know that was being taped. So there's no reason for her to be like, calm down, or getting ugly. She wasn't on the red carpet. There was an elevator. So there's no reason for decorum in the elevator. So we can't say that was the reason. No. And her bodyguard was there. So that tells me that her bodyguard may be guarding her body, but if Jay-Z was to smack her across the head, he know not to do anything. So standing there, she stood there with her head bowed down like this, frozen, while Jay-Z argued with Solange. And then as they were exiting the elevator, Beyonce went before or after her bodyguard, and Solange was just before Jay-Z, and Jay-Z started to push her, Solange. So Solange started hitting her back again. So Beyonce, now this is when the elevator door is open. So Beyonce felt a sense of bravery because the elevator door is open. People are around. So now I know he won't hit me in front of these people. So I'm going to go ahead and get between my sister and my husband, because I know he's not going to hit me because the elevator is open. So she gets in between Solange and Jay-Z so they can leave the elevator because the elevator door is open. There has been a rumor for years that Jay-Z physically abused Beyonce for many, many years. Her parents know this too. But whatever. It could be.
And her parents, for some reason, does not want her to get a divorce or something.
Well, we know Tina don't. Tina goes where the dollar is. Hell. Shit.
Yeah, she does go with the dollar. That's why she got divorced from her last husband. He wasn't giving her enough, I guess. But I also think that there's a lot of black magic at play here when it comes to them too.
Oh yes, definitely. I mean, Beyonce and Tina Knowles are witches. They call black witches. And they're not black witches in terms of just, black because they're race, because they practice black magic. And they're not doing it for the good of humanity. Like, I want to see humanity wake up, give strength to the Congress people who are against Trump. Like, normal witches with good hearts would do. Save the children, things of that nature. No, they only do it for selfish and monetary gains.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what they are known to do. And those are actually facts. But I'm going to say alleged, but they seem to be factual. Do you ladies have anything to say before we call out?
The only thing I want to say is I really just hope, because the whole Diddy case honestly just really let me down, because I was really hoping for him to get a harsher sentence than he did, even though he's still in jail. But still, it's from some slightly lighter stuff than that RICO charge.
Yes. Yes.
And I just really wanted for just everything to be exposed.
Right.
I wanted every last one of those celebrities, because you and I, we know a lot of these celebrities, they are involved in some heavy duty sex trafficking that involves children. This goes beyond drugs. This goes beyond any of the things that are being told in the press right now. And I just really wanted, like, your Allie Carters, and the people of that nature to just kind of come out and just tell the whole world who these people are. It was very interesting that Oprah and TD Snakes, of all people, decided to come out and say, well, I wasn't there at the Diddy parties like that. I was the first one to leave. Like, bitch, you're lying. Like, stop.
I think with Oprah, and I think what some people tend to get mixed up here, Diddy had white parties, and then he had the after parties. Everyone who was prominent went to the white parties, from Oprah to, like I said, Regis Philbin to Felicia Rashad. Even they all went to those white parties. Denzel Washington, I think Obama made an appearance. He didn't stay very long, so they all went to those parties, the white parties. Now, the parties that happened after dark, they probably did not go to. I don't know. You understand? I mean, Oprah is an Aquarius. I don't think she would. Then again, Megan Thee Stallion is Aquarius too, and she troubles me. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
I don't put nothing past these celebrities. I swear I don't.
I don't know. It's just that, I don't know. Instantly, I don't think Oprah will partake in that kind of stuff. She seemed more of a loner to me. She don't seem like she really hang around a bunch of crowded people as
she
much
seems
as
like a trafficker to me.
Don't say that. I don't know. No. Remember, she was abused as a child. A lot of female who was abused as a child don't partake in trafficking.
You think she was
I know
she was 13?
Like her, because she's an Aquarius. I do, but for what it is, like, where there's smoke, there's fire. And then she turned out to be an abuser.
Yeah, that's true. And then you do have Megan Thee Stallion.
Is that not true? Like, she turned out to be an abuser.
I hear you. I definitely hear you. You can't take everyone to be the same character as you are, despite signs or whatever. Some people are definitely dirty. I mean, I didn't even know all the evil stuff about Ashton Kutcher. He's an Aquarius. I didn't know all the dirty stuff that he did until I just learned that recently. I didn't know any of that either. And oh my gosh, the list goes on. Justin Timberlake, I always knew he was kind of dirty though, but that's been kind of validated. He's an Aquarius as well. Jennifer Aniston is slightly racist. She's an Aquarius.
Oh,
so
definitely her.
So what's going on with because there's a lot of things that I want to know about other celebrities as well. I don't know if have you ever did a video on Brad Pitt? I don't know.
Not yet, but I have been thinking about it. It's been my calling to do a video on that slime ball. So I'm thinking about doing that.
Please do.
He's been skating free. He is a slime ball. Oh my gosh.
He is an abuser.
I know. Oh my God. Jolie was wrong.
He really did.
Ruin her reputation and everything. I did not like that. I did not like that at all. I did not like that.
Okay, one more celebrity. Are you going to finish the one with Dwayne Johnson? Are you going to finish that one?
Dwayne Johnson. Oh, The Rock?
Yeah.
What about him?
Are you gonna talk?
him.
Are you gonna get more into it with him?
I never really was a huge fan of Dwayne Johnson because he seemed kind of just don't care for him too much. But I'll definitely talk about him. Yeah, he is interesting. I mean, what do you guys take on him?
He doesn't seem like he even wants to be black.
I don't know. I think he just seemed. I mean, you partially an empath and a psychic. The Quiet Storm. He's given me some serious fake vibes.
Yeah.
Like
And you're picking up on that correctly.
Huh?
You're picking up on that correctly because he is. Like, I feel like he's living like a double, maybe even a triple life, if I'm being honest.
Someone said it. Whew. I've been holding that revelation in my mind for years. Yes.
Yeah.
Something is not quite turning. I can't pinpoint it. Just I don't know. It's just the guardians or whatever is telling me. Yeah, it's a mystery there. I don't know what that mystery is, but he's interesting.
Here's the thing. Like, I was watching one of his old videos during his early wrestling days, and he was in the ring with Jerry the King Lawler. And when you hear in the crowd, you hear black women cheering for him, right? Because I think we're black women, when we support like a black man, they're like our main supporters. Right. But he ended up like all of his relationship were with non-black women. Like I have not seen him with one Samoan woman or one black woman. Like
that I did hear.
Yeah.
He definitely embraces the Caucasian side of his race, doesn't he? He's like a Tamara.
It even shows in the work that he does. Remember when he did the movie San Andreas, or really even like any other movie that he's done, like his kids, half the time, more often than not, they usually are white, blue-eyed, brown-haired, or blonde kids.
That's
like
so true. Oh my gosh.
Yes. It's like he's being like, he doesn't know how to represent himself other than white. Like, he's being what he thinks people want him to be. He doesn't think that being unique and authentic to like his black side, his Samoan side, he doesn't. Now, he did represent that in one of the Fast and Furious movies that one time. But other than that, like overall, I just kind of get the feeling that he's not comfortable with expressing the black side of himself. It's almost like he's Drake in a way, minus the music.
But here's the thing, like he did the G.I. Joe movie, and he had black kids, but it didn't show him with a black wife. I kind of find that odd because if that was white kids, that white woman would have showed up on the scene.
Right.
Moreover, there was this one movie. It's kind of like a con movie, but I forgot what it was called. But there was a black woman love interest in that movie too. But
oh, thank you for reminding me. That one movie that he was in the Tyler Perry movie at the end, where he was the love interest of Janet Jackson. Remember that one?
Yes.
That was the only one. That was the only time.
Why did I get married?
But Rampage, there was another black woman that was his love interest, but that was it. Like,
kind of think about it. Has he even kissed a black woman before?
I don't think he has. I think he's so foreign to it, like in his own mind, like he just doesn't know how to relate. Maybe it's a Canadian thing because he is Canadian, right?
No, his dad's Canadian.
No, Drake like black women. Drake like any kind of woman.
Drake like anything for real.
But no,
he'll do a wall socket.
His dad,
I know,
his dad is from Canadian. His dad's Canadian.
What? I know
Yeah.
that. And he was trying to be like his dad, which is why he started lifting weights and doing wrestling. He's giving me some Kylie Jenner vibes, mimicking
Yeah.
other people, because
So the tequila line that he has, and
he has the
also he
tequila
has
line.
like a body wash line too.
He got a body wash line?
I ain't
Yeah.
know nothing about that.
I
It's
had
in
no
Target.
idea.
Is it
Oh
good?
wow.
It smells all right. It's got that
It's not
Nothing to
muscular,
telling
brag
me
about.
smell to it, but
she's not telling me anything about that. So in other words, it's not
For
that
real.
good. She's not selling it at all.
yeah. So
Okay, she changed the subject. Okay.
I want to get into he's mulatto, he's Samoan and black.
Yeah, in the comment section, yeah.
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 So you could say that, but
Mhm.
I don't think he's
I don't
comfortable
think
in
he
his
hangs
skin. That's what
around
it is.
black people like that, especially black women.
He
Yeah.
probably can't
And
have
he's not really
it's probably too
comfortable in
much
his skin.
pressure. A lot of these mixed people don't like hanging around their black side, they just it's too much pressure. They like the other race
Especially
because
if
it's more calmer. He
right.
probably don't want to be around the truth and it's too much pressure. So he likes to be around, Caucasian people because it's more greener and peaceful on that side. And he just don't want to deal with the realness. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm
True.
starting to think. He may be an empath. That could be another reason there too.
Well,
He's
Are you getting visions
he's a
again?
Libra rising Taurus, though.
Huh?
He's a Libra rising Taurus, though.
Is he?
Yeah.
He was born in May 2nd.
Like I think his birthday's like May 1st or something like
No,
that.
May
But I
2nd.
thought
You
it
were
was
close.
Libra rising.
May 2nd. Yeah.
That's a Taurus. He's a Taurus then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Are
I
they
know what that
psychic?
means, right? Yeah, May 2nd is a Taurus.
Okay.
Is that his birthday?
Yep. See.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh hell. Shit. Well, y'all don't see more of him.
Yeah, because I think he has his own production studio. Or
Oh
something.
yeah, y'all gonna see more of him. I mean, we're already talking about him, so that's that whole thing there.
Yeah, but if you guys have not seen this, heard this story too, there was a black woman claiming that she was held up in a hotel with him.
I'm sure it
And
wasn't
didn't he hit a woman at one point in time? Didn't he hit a woman?
I haven't heard about that, but all I heard was he held a black woman in his in a hotel or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he held
I'm
her up in a
sure.
hotel.
Why?
I don't know. Like it was I can't remember the story because it was like a few years ago. But what she was telling me, they was making threats against her or something. I don't know.
Wow. I never heard of that story, but I'm sure it wasn't sexual.
I hope it wasn't. I hope it wasn't.
Because he don't seem to be, attracted to the, black ladies, sisters. So whatever.
Honestly, he doesn't seem to be too attracted to ladies, period. But that's just my assumption on that. He could,
I have to say this, and this is just Kiki talking. He don't seem like he's hanging either. No offense. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Right. And it makes you wonder, like, did he take any steroids? You know what they do to
he took steroids. He took steroids. Because I saw him in his little bikinis when he used to wrestle, and I didn't see nothing. No way in hell a man hanging can wear that stuff and wear it fine, unless he's pushing it up in his butt or something. No, he was. I'm just saying. That's probably why he has to keep the muscles up to compensate for other areas. I'm just going to put that crap on out there. That's Kiki talking. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. That's probably why he's. I was gonna go real deep. I'm just saying. You guys gotta have to admit that any man who's going overboard with their muscles, I don't care what they have to have bigger or what they have to do bigger, whether it's their personality, their body, their cars, they're compensating for other areas. I'm just saying it has been a proven fact. That's unless there's
absolutely.
I mean, we're not talking about art or anything of that artistic nature. That's something different. No, we are talking about a man who goes overboard. First, it was for his dad, his memory of his dad. At least that's what he said. But I'm starting to think it's other reasons as well. I'm just saying. You'll see Idris Elba running around here trying to overcompensate himself with his muscles. Do you know? Not.
Hell no.
And I've seen Idris Elba.
I'm sorry, but I always thought that Dwayne Johnson was fine. He was fine. Even when he was in the early 2000s, you know, ever since I was a girl, I thought he was fine.
Ooh, you know, we got a fan
here. yeah, but
where's Dwayne Johnson? That is so cute.
yeah, but you know, he's married to a white woman now. He went from Puerto Rican to white. Okay.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so
well, that sounds about right.
So true.
I was like, dang, dude, no, you haven't even dated. Like,
you was able to handle a Puerto Rican?
Yeah, wow, she was almost a decade older than him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Puerto Ricans don't play.
That sounds like a mommy issue.
Yeah, it could be. He do give me some mommy issue vibes. I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
For what I understand, that his parents were like, well, especially his dad, because you know he had like a career going or something. His mom, because when growing up, his parents were really poor. Even if his dad had like a wrestling career or something like that, they were always broke. If you go back and look at the Little Rock series, you will get what I'm saying. Like they used to live in and out.
And
of
his mother
hotels.
tried to commit suicide too.
Yeah, really? She was trying to get hit by a car.
To their families.
Yeah,
so depression runs to their family. And what I heard from about his dad, so there's depression runs both on his mom and his dad's side.
Yeah.
Wow.
His mom's dad was Prince Matavia. He was a wrestler.
Yeah, I heard about him. Wow, that's not a good combination for both your mom and dad to have depression issues.
Yeah.
That definitely is not good. That explains so much about him too. Anyway, so we're going to end it here, ladies. It was a fabulous time. I had a great time. I really, really did. It was fun. It was so much fun. Anytime you guys want to come, don't hesitate. I'll be glad. If I'm feeling up to it, I'll probably, what time is it? It's 8. I don't know. I might not do it. I probably going to do a tarot reading tonight, but I may do it tomorrow. Nope, can't do it tomorrow either. I'll let you guys know. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Too. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure. Y'all have a wonderful night. Bye.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Here's a brief word from my sponsor.
The world's falling apart. Every day, another shocking headline makes you wonder what tomorrow will bring. That's why those who knows what's coming are using today to prepare. I'm talking about getting your family some high-quality emergency food from My Patriot Supply. My Patriot Supply is the nation's leading preparedness company. They've been in business for going on 14 years now, and they serve millions of American families. Now they want to help you by giving you $50 off their popular 4-week emergency food kit. Oh yes, you get 4 weeks of food per person with meals designed to give you more than 2,000 calories a day. By the way, this food stays fresh up to 25 years in proper storage, so it will be there when you need it. Other food goes bad first, you know what I mean? So don't wait. Go to Prepare with my link here with the truth and claim your 4-week emergency food kit. You'll save $50 per kit if you act now. So prepare with me at preparewithtruth.com. Don't wait. Do it today, y'all.